It's like I'm out there, I'm getting coke in there because I know the people around me want crack and everything, but I don't do crack. I want weed. So it's like I'm flipping this crack. so I can smoke some weed for
So
free.
you get a little bit of weed for free. It's like, the employees are not making a profit.
Get a
You're
hotel
just
room,
smoking for free.
hotel room in the 8th,
Why do you need a hotel room? Jesus Christ. You
well,
just be buying more weed.
Because I want to live like a king, Steve.
You need to buy more weed, though.
Steven, I told you, it's a king thing.
Bro, you'll blow that 8th of the night.
Even about a queue, though, I don't feel very good if I can't kick my feet up and flip through the channels and say nothing good on. Jerk off.
Or some nice satin sheets. It's like, excuse me. It's like I'm
Marvin
homeless, but I
Hadley
still enjoy the finer things.
Oh, because I'm broke, I can't have nice things.
Oh, exactly.
I have enough money to get something nice.
I can't try and be normal,
but I shouldn't. For one day, I can't be normal. Literally, I got enough for one day.
I can't pretend. First my ex-wife, now you, buddy.
I have room and board for one day.
Everyone's gonna give me a hard time. I'm homeless.
I didn't even get all the weed I wanted today. I got a dime back.
I'll put it in my savings. Maybe eventually I'll have a security deposit.
Oh, I should start an account, right? Oh, why don't I got my social, right? I know all your...
Everyone's investing. It's a great time to invest. Okay, I get it.
Oh, yeah, download Robin. On my government phone, huh?
Tesla stock split. I get it, okay?
Ooh, I'm rich. I'm going to Potbelly to get a custom sandwich.
Number 11, please. That's great.
Oh, the avocado, extra hummus. Yeah, I get it, buddy. Keep on walking. Oh, you want me to shine your shoes, sir? You want me to shine your fucking shoes? Fuck you.
I'm sorry, eat some of these fucking pigeons. It's a fucking peasant food. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. I would give that guy $100.
That guy deserves money. But speaking of which, I'm banging around the corner from that job today, and I was gonna go to Smoothie King, right? And like,
solid choice.
I couldn't even really tell where the entrance was at because it's like a side door that's kind of hidden. But I come up there, bro. There's like 4 homeless people out front, and they're just like literally right in front of the door. And like, I wanted to go in and really get a smoothie, but I'm like, I'm just kind of not even gonna bother them right now. And I was just like, they're fucked up. I don't even want to go through it of getting through this door. So I ended up going to the market. And that made me think about more Tim Kennedy. And we were just saying, like, who is going to invest in a community they don't feel safe in? And it's not the fact of, like, that guy was making me feel unsafe or nothing like that. But, like, no one's going to see that and go, I should start a business on this block. No one, bro, unless you're going to get a convenience store, a liquor store, something that can sell to these type of people. You don't want to walk down a block like I was recently doing the movie theater down there by Pennsylvania Ave. And the guy was there is actually a government worker. And he's like, yeah, we're working. Well, the whole thing was when I came there, I had to take down these bars and these, bars blocking the windows and shit. They still smashed them out through the bars. And when I put the new whole windows back up, they didn't want me to put the bars up. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah. He's like, this isn't my company, but this guy works for the city. He's like, I was able to convince this movie theater to not put bars on their windows. And basically I'm promising them that I'm going to have police patrolling and protecting this neighborhood. And now they're working with the other store owners to take the bars down. The crates that come down and shit. They don't want that. They don't want that out front of their businesses. That looks horrible. You don't see that at Towson. You got Towson right now. You can walk right down the strip. You're not going to see that.
Yeah, I mean, those types of things were like, they were like an old staple in a lot of shitty neighborhoods. Like, like a lot of businesses in Highlandtown have them, just because of like what that area was.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, well, kind of still is, but it's cleaned up. But we definitely don't want that because they're terribly ugly.
You ever been to they're horrible looking.
There's a whole metal fucking beams you gotta install with this ugly ass.
They're horrible.
Rolling door up top.
You ever been to the harbor at 7 a.m.?
Yeah.
Have you ever just noticed how it's like Dawn of the Dead with all of the junkies that come walking through there?
Yeah.
They all sleep around there, bro. Yeah, somewhere they're sleeping right there. And they just come there in the morning. They stay there all day, bro.
Yeah. And do you know, actually, like when you get down there super early in the morning, you got there like 6:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock.
Moving them.
Downtown Partnership, man. They're doing in a sweep through the
They're
whole
waking them up.
downtown area, bro, and moving them along somewhere. Like, look, I don't know where you gotta go, but you can't stay sleeping here, man.
And these people are just stuck in this cycle. Like dude, there's like the 4 people that are out front of my job right there in MLK. They've been there since I started my job, bro. 8 fucking years
Yep.
ago, dude. They've
Yep.
been homeless for 8 years,
Yep.
bro. There's one guy that's psychotic down there, bro. He just dances and
same.
asks for money.
I've been there on Charles Street for 6 years. You know, I mean, see the same people. You know, I remember there's one dude that was crazy. I seen him for 2 years. Eventually, he got off the street. He was able to get an apartment. Fell back, right into that position.
Yep.
And got re-addicted back to crack or whatever he's
I was telling you the other day, when I used to be at my dad's halfway houses, it was always like everybody in there knew someone was getting high. Say 6 people were in there, it was about who was getting high, and we're gonna catch
Yeah, at
up.
that point, statistics are just
It's
against
always,
it. You know what I mean?
always. It could be the guy who's running it. It could be the guy who's 40 years clean. Tells you he's 40 years clean. He could be getting high. You know what I mean? You can't put it past nobody. That's why I say once an addict, always an addict, and that is true.
Yeah, I mean, it's in a lesser degree, but I mean, you see people. I know people who quit cigarettes, and I mean, they smell one and they still want one
Yeah.
to this fucking day. It'll be
Yep.
20
That's
years
always
later.
gonna be there.
Be 20 years later. It's a never-ending fight.
It's crazy for me, because I do drive around a lot, and it's like I go to like remote spots where it'll be like 3-level apartments, but like, they're ran by a fancy company, and it's all rich people with the fucking parking spots in the bottom and Teslas and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll be driving around there and you still see someone coming out of the woods, bro, with just their tent, something like that. Like they're all over, bro.
You drive along 395 and then you take the south part, they go on 95 south from 395. And you look across, you look on that water's edge behind where that Greyhound is. I mean, you see little encampments all throughout those woods right there.
And there's more now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But those people have been there for a long time. Nobody really fucks with them.
Yep.
They got waterfront property.
Same thing with that little community that's under 295 right down there at the end. 295 under that underpass. Yeah.
But think about how unsafe that feels, That's why they stay together.
Well, they built something down there that I felt, when I pass by, I see something beautiful. I mean, like, because they have a little community there. There's a couple.
You're talking about the one by the water? On the water?
It's not on the
behind
water.
The Greyhound.
No.
When you're taking 95,
no, this
95's
one,
ramp.
that not that one, but this
Those
one.
people have waterfront property.
This one's under the where 295 takes off and you start heading to Washington. In front of the Balmer incinerating plant, the Balmer incineration trash plant.
There's one over there.
There's a under the underpass. When you come off 95, you can see it.
In front of the casino. You're not talking about in front of the casino, right?
It's by the casino, yeah.
That's not there no more.
Is they moved them out?
They've been cleared out.
Oh, did they?
Moms.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been down there in a while.
I drive past there every day.
I used to drive by there a lot.
Yeah, so all of them got pushed out and they fenced it up. You can't go under there no more.
Well, that's sad, man. Because I remember they had a bunch of people living under there.
Yeah, they had everyone living under there.
They had a library, bro. They had a little cook station, kitchen, bro. They had everything there. There's a little community there, man.
That reminded me of like that video when we were younger, where it was like that guy that took you into his like my crib, and it was like his homeless crib under the bridge. You remember? Like that's kind of what that was. But you can't have 100 homeless people underneath a bridge right next to your casino.
Exactly, where people are coming off the highway off 95.
We're just asking for shit to happen here. I mean, we can't have it, but what are we going to do? They just tell them what they can't do. They never tell them how to fix anything, or not like that.
And I mean, and I think, as like you always say, like, if we put our minds to it and put our money, to it, we can figure it the fuck out. You know, I mean, it's just like we just can't seem to agree on shit or agree how to do it. I mean, like we'll have a plan put forth, and then you'll have a fucking split between opposing sides or whatever. And it won't go through, then it gets bounced back, then it gets stripped to some, bullshit that both people can agree on, and then it moves forward, and it's a quarter of what it even was to begin with, it's just weird,
It's almost like they had the perfect idea, and then they split it into two so we could just argue forever. Because it's literally like, you don't think that Democrats are right about everything, and they don't think that Republicans are right about everything. We can all agree that both parties have good aspects to them. But you go to something like homelessness and the Democrats are like, we need to fund them, and the Republicans are like, they need to get it together. They got to stop doing drugs and shit. And it's like, you're both right. You're both right. Like, why do you only have to make one solution too, right? Like, what's taking over the NFL? The option, The option is nice. Options are nice. So if you run into someone who goes, I can pull up my bootstraps and I can do this. I literally just need the time, and someone to give me a chance. You give that to them. And if someone goes, I don't think I can do this alone, you give them the therapy, you give them the opposite. Tend to the person. Don't have a program set up where it's like, this is what works for people. Let's figure out what does work for someone, not people, someone.
Yeah, yeah.
If you got severe trauma, from your childhood, then there's going to be a lot fucking more going on than someone who just happened to get hooked to a party drug like Coke or something, It's going to be a different thing.
Yeah, and what you see, like, so like early on in my job, like I used to deliver to a lot of these government buildings. I used to deliver to a lot of places like HCAM, which is just Healthcare Access Maryland. They run I think they don't run, but I mean like they're pretty much right next to healthcare for the homeless and shit like that. Like like you do have some of these programs set up, but like they're ultimately like don't get the funding that they like really do need. Which is one of the biggest problems, because then you have what you see a lot of times when I go to these places is pretty much a 10-1 or 20-1, maybe even 30-1 person that needs help to the amount of workers that there are. There'll be 30
Yeah,
people
this
to
is true.
one worker, just like doing some crazy shit. And then like it's just like and then like it's all that for a program that doesn't work well to begin with. It's just like, you send these people in this revolving door, for like, oh, you need your documents. You don't have a social security card. You don't have any of this. Well, go to the DMV and get this and request this, but you don't have a mailing address. So I don't know how we proceed from here. It's just like, just so
Yep.
it's just a fucking pretty
Well,
much a circle jerk is what you want to call it, pretty
yeah,
much.
well, I mean, like you have these systems that are in place, but like I'm saying, they don't work for everyone, bro. Like you can go
But
out
they
to
don't work at
talk.
all.
They do work for people, bro. You can find. I'm telling you, dog. I've been in it all around. I've been all around it all of my life, bro. I've seen countless junkies get clean and relapse. I've seen countless junkies never get clean, and I've seen countless junkies get clean, bro. I've seen it all, and it's all about what worked for someone and someone that didn't work, bro. Let's go for examples. You can go to my job, bro. You're gonna find plenty of prestigious men of high character who were crackheads in the 80s, bro. As time went on, they learned about crack cocaine. They tried to build a family. They had 10 years, of that, and they were able to get off crack and continue their life, no longer smoking crack. They were able to move on, from
Mhm.
that. You have people who go to NA and AA, and that works for them. They really do follow the steps, and that they keep going for 30 years, bro. Have a 30-year badge, and that really does work for people. You got people that go to prison and just need that hard time, that one thank you to where I could not get to the drug. You kept it. It was hard, but I got a 2-week detox, in there, and I'm ready to have a fresh start. Like there's people that come out of prison and never do drugs again. There's different things that work for different
Yeah.
people. There needs to be avenues for everyone. And that's the main problem of like, if you do go to the government and you say, hey, I got this problem, and they're like, okay, well, here's step 1, 2, 3. It doesn't work like that with fixing addiction is trauma. If you've had an addiction, a severe addiction, you have trauma. If you didn't have it before, you now have it from living that life, and it needs to be tended to. I feel like you got to deal with that trauma before you even deal with the addiction. If you got somebody that was severely molested or something by their stepfather, bro, you got to do a lot more than just get them away from the drug.
And
They're
that's
gonna
the
do it. You could get that type person clean and they're commit suicide. The only thing keeping them alive was getting high.
that's the thing. Like I think like that multi option plan would be a direct result of like some actual funding being put into some shit
Yeah.
like this. What I'm saying, some actual thought and planning. That actually went into this. If we put as many minds as we did into building and setting in place an effective system like we do with shit like the most up to date battle carrier.
Yep.
I mean,
But
like we
it's
could
all
actually figure some shit out.
but it's all political, bro. If I come up with the most
All day,
if I
all
come
day.
up with the most up-to-date battle carrier and I get you to sign off on that, we're awesome. America has another battle carrier, bro. But nobody wants to be the senator whose state is the first one to invest 500 million into drug addiction. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can never follow your political career. Like everybody, imagine if Trump has that guy on the debate stage. Your fucking state has 20 times the amount of drug funding that any other state needs. That's a bash. Nobody's going to vote for you. But really, that's what somebody needs to do. Somebody needs to go, you know what? We're going to put $750 million into fighting drugs next year. Amount of money that you've never seen before. Times it by 10, you know? And if that don't work, we'll fix that, right? We can always go backwards, but let's try it. Let's try and give them the proper amount of money they need.
And that's the thing exactly. Before you bash this, give it some proper funding and actually allow it to take effect and actually have some effect on people's lives before we bash it down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, especially when we're putting so much money into our military expenditures, and other avenues. Like one of the lowest funded things are like public health programs and public arts programs are usually on the lower end of funding for most of the country.
They're the first to go.
Yeah, and then all of this, what I mean, like they just came out like with something the other day where like they were talking like China has it was a Pentagon report or something saying that like China has better naval military than we do. They surpassed us in multiple areas in military wise. So like we're spending all this money and we're still not even like keeping up with whatever the world's doing, man.
You ever heard Lupe Fiasco, Words I Never Said?
Yeah.
You know the shit he says in that song? A lot of people don't get it, the shit that he's even saying in the song.
I remember a lot of the song, but mainly that final one where mainly the final one I remember the most. But I mean, like
that's the banger. Yeah.
Which one are you talking about?
The whole verse, every verse he says something in key, right?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of shit that he says where it's like the one line I'll never forget. Gaza Strong was getting bombed. Obama didn't say shit.
Yeah.
It's true, bro. That's true, man. There's a lot of shit that's like. First of all, anybody that don't listen to Lupe, you need to. Lupe's in my top 5, bro. I love Lupe.
I love Lupe, bro.
Like, I love Lupe. I think he's one of the most talented individuals to walk the earth. Like, I really do, as far as, rapping goes. That's why in the last verse he says, I think that all the silence is worse than all the violence. Fear is such a weak emotion. That's why I despise it. I'll never forget that one, bro. That was a dirty little verse.
That whole song, man. It was 100%.
Afraid of nearly everything. Afraid to even tell the truth. So scared of what you think of me. Afraid of even telling you.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's shit because you shivering.
Yeah,
bro.
Damn.
I say Lupe definitely doesn't get the respect. I mean,
and it's funny because when you think about it, right? It's like truth in you. That would never amaze anyone with that bar, but it's the way he says it. The way he says it is what makes everything.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, that's definitely a great song, and as you can see, that's the thing when it comes to
like doing good neither.
That's the thing, man. Like, there's so many things going on throughout the world, and then the silence of like us not talking about. Like, I mean, like. Well, I think it was like 3 years ago. It was like the Rohingya Muslims in Myanmar. Like they were just completely slaughtered. They just had 2 soldiers defect from who partook in that in the army. They defected from Myanmar to I believe America or Europe.
What was this?
It was so it was I believe it was in 2017. It was pretty much the state-led massacre of the Rohingya people.
What state?
Myanmar.
The country?
Yeah, Myanmar.
It's a country, right?
Yeah. It's a country.
So they ordered
the government
who to die?
The government was pretty much just killing the villagers, just killing those villages of Rohingya Muslims, just slaughtering them. And it was one of those things that it was brought up here and there, and you heard stories about, but like nothing really ultimately really came from it, and they just had recently 2 soldiers from that military defect and start spilling the shit of like what was going on over there. So I mean, who knows what's coming from
like
that.
China's doing right now,
with
though,
the
right?
Uyghur Muslims, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
We got to get a better name.
There was
get a better name for that.
What, Uyghur? The Uyghur people?
What is that? Can we call them something else?
Well, I mean, I believe they're on the border. They're in the far north.
It's just every time you say it, I honestly want to laugh.
With Kazakhstan and China.
Yeah. Yep.
And what
And
else
look
was
what
it?
happened, right? The NBA comes out and says the littlest thing. Well, then that wasn't even about
It was
that, really.
it was
That
the
wasn't about.
Rockets.
It was
That was
about
about
Hong
Hong Kong.
Kong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
about Hong Kong.
Well, okay, let's just look at that. Look what happened. So imagine if they did say something about them
You don't want to
massacring
say shit.
Muslims.
And well, other thing, they had 4 of the biggest tech CEOs in a congressional hearing. They literally looked at them and asked, "Do you believe China is a huge theft or plays a huge role in the theft of intellectual property?" And all of them sit there and look, and they're just like, no, not that we know of. You know,
Who says that? Ours said it?
the 4 tech. It was Tim Cook,
Yeah.
Apple CEO,
Uh-huh.
Mark Zuckerberg. They had Jeff Bezos, and they had one other guy. I can't remember. The guy from Google. And they all said no, or pretty much they had no recollection or any real idea, or no proof that China was actually doing that. But it's a huge thing. It's a very clear thing that this is what they do. It's like but they're all sitting here looking straight at this Congress just because they don't want to be alienated from those markets. Google with Android, they don't want to be alienated from that market. Apple definitely doesn't want to be alienated from the Chinese market. 1 billion plus consumers, man.
You go and you ask every person in America right now, right? Do you think that our politics are corrupt? How many say yeah?
I think they all say yeah.
90 plus, right?
Yeah,
90 plus percent.
exactly.
So why do we participate? Why are we still participating in something like that? That we know is so clearly corrupt, but yet we still participate. See, this is a problem. That's why, man, fell in love with Duncan Trussell, man, on that last podcast.
Yeah,
I
man.
really did,
I
bro.
did
Just
too,
because
man.
of
I
like
did
how
too.
much similarity I felt and the shit that he was saying. And the one that
That's why I was going off grid.
the part that I told you to go to though, where it was like the moment we allowed something that we all agreed was wrong to continue, well, what are you doing every other day besides stopping that? And he was talking about basically like they were going into politics and they were using cigarettes as an example. Like everybody agrees that we shouldn't sell cancerous sticks, basically, but we just do it.
Yeah.
It's like, you deserve to choose if you want to die, basically. We just do it. We've done that with so many things where we just allow these things that we all mutually agree is wrong. And a lot of things in politics is one of those things where we all agree that like you shouldn't be able to be like, anyone who actually knows their shit, like knows you shouldn't be able to be a lobbyist and a politician, and they put that little false 2-year gap on there. Sell me a fucking river, right? It's like NBA tampering, that's how I look at it. Like, trust me, you guys talked,
Yeah, exactly, man.
And they do that, and it's like, I think we all can agree that that's wrong. But we all agree that that's going on. Like, that's a known thing, but we don't care. And, like, that's how they were talking about it. But, like, I had brought this up to you before about, like, the bigger issue, right? Is, like, we actually all do agree on something pretty wild, which is everyone pretty much agrees there is some very rich, wealthy, powerful, small amount of people that are pulling big strings throughout the world's, economic play out, basically. We all agree on that. Everybody's like, yeah, it could be whoever Rothschild, Soros, the people we don't know, whoever it is. We all agree on that. So I was telling you before, I'm like, why can we all agree on that? But like every day you wake up and you don't care to stop that. We all agree that's bad and we don't want people pulling the strings to the world and we believe it's happening, but we don't wake up every day to stop it.
That's why when I look at like look at this guy. Yeah, Mario, we reply to people. What's up, man?
That's because they were talking earlier.
They were talking about a bunch of shit. So I guess the one thing I was thinking about earlier, I was just like, I was looking at like us as like American people. And I was just like, man, sometimes we're some real fucking pussies. Because I'm looking at like some real shit going on in the world, like what's going on in like Hong Kong. Well, that's a constant fight where like you literally risk participating in these protests, being arrested by the Chinese government as an enemy of the state, like pretty practically. You know what I'm saying? Like a domestic terrorist. If you participate in these protests in Hong Kong. The protests going on in Belarus, where like you risk getting your fucking face smashed in and being beat to death by 8 cops because this guy has just now decided he wants to stay in office for 4 more years or some shit.
Well, did
Like-
you happen to hear about the Iranian wrestler? Did you hear anything about that?
He just got executed.
He got executed.
Got executed.
Bro, and everybody, Donald Trump asked them not to do it. All the UFC was doing it. Fighters were asking them not to do it. Dana White asked them not. Dana White did a video asking them not to do it, bro, and they still did it. You know, right before they killed him, both his brothers got 50 and 35 years. All for nothing else than freedom of speech, basically, bro. Just for speaking that they don't agree with what Iran's doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. And they murdered them, bro. And they admitted that they murdered them. And they did it to show that other people that prosecution can be taken on any of Iran's citizens if you do this.
Yep. No matter who you are.
And here I am coming home. Turn on the water and it runs right away. Hot water for me.
Pee in clean water.
You know what I mean? And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I feel weird, bro. And I get sucked in it too. You know, like I was just saying, like, I don't want to judge people, but I still judge people. You know, it's like, it's something that we all got to grow out of. And it's not easy to stop judging people and start being more thankful. You know, and it's, of course, it's cornball things and it sounds cliche. Everyone said it a million times, but like, when's the last time you did it? When's the last time you were actually a better person, bro, than you were last year? You know what I mean? Like, people can say, I'm a better me this year, right? Because what? Because you got a new job, right? But you're not less irritable than you were last year. You don't smile more than you did last year. You don't complain less than you did last year. Oh, but you finally paid off a credit card. Like, okay, great job. That's all great. But what are you really making the progression on yourself? Like, the cliche thing of be the change you want to see, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm also speaking for myself here. Like, we all need to do. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I do the same thing, bro. I do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
We all just need to work. I say it so often, bro. We all agree on the same things. We all agree on the same things we want, bro. We just want to be happy. You know, and anything else that we let come between that, we're just letting that divide us farther.
Yeah.
Nothing needs to become that because it shouldn't matter what makes you happy, long as you're not hurting people. So at the end of the day, I can tell you, I need you to make 100 grand for my economy to function. But if you want to go stare at rocks for 24 hours a day, bro, it should be what you want to do. You know, I'll find that person that wants to work at this company, you know?
And that's the thing. We all like you said, like, I'm not any better, like, in this aspect, but, we all need to work to not allow the politics to control so much of us at this point, man. Like, the headlines are now controlling the moods, the tones, the conversations that we're having with one another.
So, I mean, look at this, right? So I just told you about that Iran, but look, Mario's saying that he's seen someone that stabbed someone in their government. Yeah. He stabbed someone in their government. But it's like, first of all, if you execute someone, you always say something like that, right? You always say something like that.
What about the other dude who Russia poisoned?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, right?
Oh, shit.
Or the journalist that
had his fucking butt cut up.
Yeah, exactly.
The embassy.
Exactly. But they said that he was releasing like key info or some shit. Like,
bro.
That's just what you're gonna do to cover your own ass. You know what I mean?
Bro, he
was detrimental to society.
And this is the thing, man. We do it too.
Yeah.
We're out here, bro.
Yeah.
We're out here.
That shit was so scary when Edward Snowden was on Rogan podcast, and he's like,
I didn't get a chance to check it out.
I just got about 30 minutes in, but there's one part where he's like, every day, Russia, China, Japan, Iraq, they all have counterintelligence officers in America living in your schools, your businesses every single day. That's a thing. And America has it over there.
Bro.
That's what it is, baby.
Bro, that was a real, like, you remember?
Dude, the balls, though.
Listen.
The balls on that on a spy.
Do you
want me to go over there and live as a spy?
Listen, do you remember?
Why me?
Do you remember when there was that husband and wife? They were found to be Russian spies.
Yeah,
they came over because they were going to have a child born here.
Yeah,
to have citizenship. And then raise them, but then
we caught them one time. They did it 5,000 times. They've done it 5,000 times, bro.
That's so fucking crazy.
I know. You're a wild person, bro.
Some crazy shit going on in this world. There's some
I hope you
crazy
got
shit
paid.
going on in this fucking world, man.
That's all I could say.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's
Dude.
some. Oh man.
I was picture bringing that to Tyler, and he's like, I don't care what my spies make. I just care if they got the job done. I don't care. What he got paid 30 grand? It's like, I'll send them.
I remember. I think I'm trying to remember. There was someone talking about it. I think there was this guy who was interviewed or some shit. He was talking about him being a CIA, pretty much a CIA assassin. Yeah, pretty much. And he was talking about how he was in like Sudan. And he was in Sudan just posing as this like just this old white traveler dude. Who was like mopeding across the country or
I
something.
doubt you listened to it because motherfuckers never listen to good shit I send. You never listened to that Golf podcast, did you?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, you listened to the whole thing?
Yeah.
So you heard the third part?
Yeah.
You heard the third story?
Yeah.
About the Polish assassin?
Yeah.
It was her dad.
Yeah, her
was
dad.
a Polish assassin. He's like,
Yeah.
all my life, my dad never showed me no emotion.
Yeah.
Never. And she's like, once I got older.
The day it flipped.
Yeah. It's like,
and she realized that like this guy was a stone cold killer.
Dude, he was knocking off Nazis. He killed Nazis, bro.
Well, he was also killing other Polish people.
Right. Yep.
Going against the fucking arm. Oh man, that shit was crazy, man. So like, after the first two I listened to, I was like, why do you have me listen to this? I mean, these first two stories, I mean, they're cool, but like, I was just like, it's like cool. That's awesome. I'm glad that worked out. And the last one, I'm just like.
For me, it was just about I always tell you guys about the Muff podcast, and I thought that was a good episode to show. Like I sent the K2 because I'm always telling her to show you guys like the array of stories you could get.
Yeah.
Where it's like one's talking about a child dying, one's talking about assassin. It's just like, why listen to that, right? That's what I say to myself. I'm like, why do I listen to this, right? What do I gain from this? It's nothing but one thing: empathy. That's all I gain because I'm downloading, bro. It's just real stories. They fact check them stories. It's crazy. They call up their family and shit like that, their old friends, and fact check them. Yeah,
that's cool. I mean, good podcast.
Yeah,
solid work.
And
they throw a whole event.
Yeah, they do. I want to go to one, bro. They throw one here.
Do they throw one here?
Yeah, dude. I want to go
to one, bro.
I actually been looking up a lot of open mics and shit, bro. I want to go to open mic.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
where you perform?
Maybe one day, but I just want to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be dope, man. That'd be dope, man. I go up and do.
I like that. I like storytelling. I realized that, bro.
Yeah.
And it's something I've been reading in that George Catlin book. About Native Americans. Like, storytelling is something, bro.
Mm-hmm. Something else.
There's a way to tell a story, right? I can tell you the most exciting story ever in a boring way.
Yeah.
Tell you the boringest story ever in the most exciting way, right? It's all about like storytelling is an art. To get you to like listen to what I'm saying, and also not just
the oldest art.
Not just be exactly. It's the first like theater. It's theater. You know what I mean? I'm trying to portray to you only a memory that's in my mind. I can't even take a picture at this time. When Native American, I tell you, I was out in the town. I seen a bear that was 1,200 feet. How do I portray that to you? You know what I mean? I'm trying to show that to you. I'm trying to teach that to you. You got to be able to properly tell the story. You got to give details.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the one thing I've been wanting to look. I've been wanting to like look into more lately. Just like try like. I don't have a lot of artistic output. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I need to do something. Just like there's just something inside me telling me to just do some type of like, something to where you just bring this art into the real world. So I was like, I'm just fucking. I've just been like, doodling and shit, like because we've been slow at work. So I've just been like doodling, just like trying like one line drawings and stuff, and just like let that flow, man. So I'm saying like
tell a story, bro.
I want to fucking. I'm gonna get some spray paint, bro. I'm gonna start fucking. I want to do some spray for graffiti art or some shit, man. I like that like type of like letter bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to hear you tell a Moth style story though. I would love to hear that, like a story I never heard from you before, or you tell it, in a way I never heard it. I don't know what it is. Like,
I think I'm a good storyteller,
but you are, But that's the thing because
it's in everyone.
Every story is unique, and like for a person like me, it's like if you think that this is a good enough story to tell me, I want to know it. I want to hear it.
Yeah. Well, let me see.
I just think it'd be cool. I think you would get a lot of love. I think you would get a standing ovation on a good story, bro.
On the Moth podcast.
Yeah, on a
It's-
on a podcast.
I would have to think of some shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, like
Yeah.
I feel that, you know, I need to. I've always
Well,
wanted to do some shit
there's
with like
topics on each night.
I've always wanted to do some shit with like something with like whether it be like poetry or like
Yeah,
rap or
try
like
it.
I always wanted to
Open
do something
mic.
like that, like. And that's why I want to learn an instrument so I can jam with someone,
Yeah,
Like,
I do wanna
I want to
jam.
jam. I want to jam with someone real quick, whether I'm playing something like just playing anything, man. Have a jam session.
Let's
Legit,
buy
yeah,
some instruments.
yeah,
I got a couple.
yeah. You got a couple instruments on you?
I've got a small guitar. It's from Nashville. That's technically not called a banjo. It's just a
Ukulele.
small guitar. I
Ukulele.
guess it's big be called ukulele, but I thought that was like a specific type of Hawaiian guitar. I don't know. Does that mean small guitar? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think so. I don't think so.
No,
I got harmonica.
That's very specific. Yeah.
Harmonica, maracas.
I'm saying I don't know. I'm just fucking.
Think about that. I'm
I
so.
always want to play
I just
saxophone.
always think about. Lately I've just been trying to think about like what were things in the purest form, and like the purest form is like the first form, the first thing they thought about. Like I really go back to the natives a lot, but like music, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't make a piano, right? I'm not
Everyone made
that.
music, yeah.
I'm not that far ahead, right? But like they had maracas,
And the
and it's just
drums. The
you
drums were one of the
your
very
voice,
first ones, yeah.
the drum, right? And these
Yeah.
maracas, and like create this. What's the trans word I'm looking for? Transcensual,
Transcendent.
yeah, it's like transcendent, like type of mood, Ah,
Yeah,
man, this would love to be a part of one of them little peyotes.
See, that's the
Trips.
thing. Like, so on a side note, before I get into those other thoughts, one thing I was thinking about was like when I watch, soccer and you watch how their fans are. Like they all like every team has like their chants and like their songs that they all sing, and everyone just like there's some really fucking hard ones. But like some people got some hard ass drums, and there's some really fucking hard ass fucking song that they're chanting. You know what I'm saying? It's like it'd be awesome if like we could do that here in America with like football fans. I think like that energy that comes from like everyone just like just like everyone just like you're all just sitting there in like unison, just like
They have their
it
things.
gets the energy going. You know what I'm saying? But like
Yeah, I mean they have their little things,
yeah, but like every culture, wherever we were when we were spread out, early on, when the Chinese were developing their shit and when the fucking Vikings were developing their shit, everyone was also making music, bro.
Yeah.
Music's a part of every culture in some form, shape, or another. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just some cool shit, man. No. I'm talking about your point.
Yeah.
So like like when you watch a lot of like traditional African dances and the drums are going, they're stepping real hard with their awesome crazy costumes, just and tribal wear and stuff, and then you go to like Chinese New Year style where like they got the same thing going on under the dragon doing the golden dragon dance and shit, like, and then you have like the Vikings, like they were like like the quartet fucking voice shit that they were doing with like all their weird like piano stuff, like it's just crazy, man.
With the natives, they would whoever was like the MVP of the hunt that day, when they got around the circle at the end of the night, they would be the initial one. Somebody would start playing. They used to have like these witch doctors and shit, about that and shit like that.
Exactly,
yeah, so like that person would come out, they would start playing like a flute or something like that. And around the fire, the MVP would start dancing. And he just dances violently. Like that's the only point, is to dance violently, and then you pull someone up. That person dances violently until everyone's pulled up, basically. It's like everyone has like these little weird ass rituals, and like I don't know what it is that like my mind has been wanting to know the origin of shit. And I'm thinking about just like a thing like soccer you just brought up. I'm like, well, it makes sense, right? Like I can't keep doing. I don't know why I keep doing this. It's like I'm only talking to myself, but like something. I think it was the last trip, bro. Like the last trip did it to me. I'm actually about to read a fucking crazy book that I can put you on with. I've been thinking about like why are things created, and because so many times, right, we sit here. And I think a lot of people don't try to get to the bottom of things like we are, when we're sitting here and we're like, how can we solve the homeless problem? Like, we're really sitting here and we're trying to think about it. And when we think about it, the first thing you realize is, well, a lot of problems that aren't solved are hard. right? Like it's hard for us to come up with the answer. So you can see how it's just a hard answer, period.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yep.
then
Yep.
a lot of times we get to it and we're like, well, what was designed is kind of what we would have done. Right. Like a lot of times we say that, like we talked about, like building kind of like your stature for your country. Well, like America did a lot right with the Bill of Rights
Yeah.
and the Constitution and shit. They did a lot right with that, but it gets polluted, and it gets taken over like that. And I just keep thinking about like the origin of things like a ball. I don't know why I'm doing this, but like a ball makes sense, right? Like if we're like bored, we're trying to create like another thing to have fun, to cheer about. It makes sense for us to like try and create an object that we can use to create a game,
Right.
to create fandom for like not people that hate each other, for like us to come together and just like celebrate competition basically mutually and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I'm thinking about shit like
I
that.
do it
But
all the time,
that's
bro.
where
I
I've
do
been,
it all the time,
bro. I just
All
keep
the
thinking like,
fucking
why did
time.
we create that?
Like
Does that make sense? Does that make sense that we created that? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we totally would make a ball.
that's what I'm saying. So like like because I was thinking about the like conversation we had on the last podcast. We were talking about like the origin of a lot of these civilizations, and I mean like the one good thing that does come out of like the kind of specialized labor that you did come up with is that you get people who are dedicated to art, recreation, and activities like that, to where like you get some creative juices flowing. You know what I'm saying? When you free up the survival aspect, you know what I'm saying? And of course, no system's perfect, you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm trying to say at all. But there are good things that did come out of this, like like the arts, you know what I'm saying? Like especially the specialized
Mhm.
things of arts and the recreation that we can created, like like the soccer and the basketball and the football and shit,
Look at these little twists upon the arts, though, right? That kind of like is hmm, I'll let you put a word on it, right? Why is it Drake said it perfect, right? I forget the first line he says, but he's talking about, musicians and athletes. And he says, we want to be them and they want to be us. Why is that? Why is it that you find a John Wall and he wants to be Drake, but Drake wants to be John Wall? You get what I'm saying? Like these people are at the pinnacle of their success in their art and they don't want to be it. They actually want to be a pinnacle. They like the pinnacle part.
You want to be a basketball player,
But they want to be like this different kind of pinnacle. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Drake
man.
showed that, right, with the movie. Like he probably could have kept chasing acting. He was a good actor.
I want to rap. I want to make some music.
I want to be known for this art. And he becomes this art and he's like, damn, I like that art, But that's an art you can only obtain if you start at a young age, really.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with those.
Especially when you're his age, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you get in some like maybe you get in some like like other leagues, you compete in.
YMCA. I ain't going no G League or nothing.
Well, he can hire like an elite basketball
Semi-pro.
coach and train 7 days a week, and do some type of shit like that.
It's not the athlete, though. You got to be an athlete too. You got to be the athlete. You got to be the height. You got to be, you know what I mean? Like
100%.
And just because you can rap doesn't mean that you can put work in the gym on handles.
I think you could ball and you could practice, and you can at least get to some degree of competition where you can compete in some league, Because I think about I think there's a lot of leagues that I've seen where the skill level of especially in athleticism, some people it's just like not all leagues are elite. Like I'm not saying he goes in does some what's that was it like the AAL, AAUL or some shit.
AAU?
Yeah, AAU, yeah. I'm not saying he does some AAU shit, But he can go join some type of fucking celebrity league. I don't fucking know.
He definitely could do it. He was in a celebrity game, right? Any of that. But the point of it was like, you get what I was saying? Like, what's up with that? Like, why is it that these people, they want to be each other? Why? I can't really put a word on it. It's not ego. It's not ego because they're already, what I mean? They're already famous. But it's like Drake wants to hit a last second shot. And John Wall wants to perform in front of 50,000 fans on a mic.
Like something like
yeah, it's weird. Yeah. It's very weird, but it's like both so great.
But the thing, it just so happens that John Wall got the hooping, and then Drake was the rapper type of deal. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just, just like that's just how it turned out. But like, yeah, you just. Bro, by the way, complete side note, don't mean off track it. John Wall just like straight like just like blooding out this
Did you
bitch.
see that? I tried to send it to the group, but it wouldn't
Gang
work.
sign John Wall.
Yeah, that was official gang signs
Yeah,
at a blood
he
party.
held a fucking flag up.
Did you see all the people around him?
Yeah,
Everyone is flying red, bro.
yeah. So anyway, but I mean,
That was pretty crazy. Like,
I think you just,
dude, why?
that's
Why do you
not-
do that?
I don't know, man. I don't know why you would need to.
Because he wants to be Drake.
Like, you know, it's like
He wants to be
He wants-
Drake.
he
Like,
wants
yo,
to be
if
something else, man.
Drake could go out right now and throw up any gang sign he wants, and the gang will be happy.
Same thing with like someone like Josh Gordon. Like, you know, he wants to be Lil Wayne or some shit. You know?
Yeah, exactly, yo,
You know?
exactly, yo.
I don't know, he's not rapping or nothing, but like he just doesn't want to play ball.
Nick Young, perfect, right? Nick
Swaggy
Young wants.
B.
Nick Young wants to be a black riffraff.
Bro, I think he just, bro, at this point, I think he just wants to be like a fucking model or some shit.
It's
Like,
crazy
I
how
don't know what the fuck
talented he
wants to
was. Like, he literally could have been so great, but it's like, dude's just a head case.
do. You don't want to ball out, man. You know, like, it's just like, because I think you know, I think the lifestyles are. I'm not saying like rap's not hard, but I think like it's a different type of like physicality type of art. Plus, like you're held to like the standard of like you can't smoke. You can't get fucked up.
You're supposed to do the opposite.
You know, exactly.
And I
you
in the
know?
stew, it's like you need a drink.
You're supposed to be good. You know, it's just like, and then you have this, you know, like especially during the season, you're on this strict schedule. You know, for like 9-10 months out of the year, like it's just some crazy shit. You know, it's a very crazy lifestyle.
I bet a lot of rappers are holding their bangers off for next year, next summer. A lot of people probably posted drop. They're just like, I'll wait. I'll wait next year. I'll do my bangers.
Yeah, I gotta listen to the Big Sean shit. He dropped out his Detroit too. You listen to it?
Dude.
No.
Really, when you said it, it made me want to throw up, bro. Like, I literally thought that was a trash album. And I feel bad. I feel bad, bro. It was like, he has a lot of features on there. He gets a lot of songs, but like, dude, when I tell you, like, I go through it, I see a new album, I'll literally press play on it. I let it go front to end. And if there's a song I like, I put it on my playlist.
Not one.
Not one. 20 plus songs. Not one song that I like.
I hate to hear that.
And sometimes I can go back and I'll listen to a song and I'll be like, all right, it wasn't that bad. But like, I know, like, that's not any songs I want in my playlist.
Yeah, man. I like him. I like the guy.
It really seemed like kind of lackluster. I don't know. I don't want to bash people's art. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be that guy. You know.
I get you, man. I get you. Man.
I'm sure he worked hard on that, but like, I'll just say that like I like other Big Sean.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, you know, I was like, cool. You know, I give this a listen. You know, but I mean, I just need. I think everyone could use a little of like that artistic output, man. I think people need to like free it up and just do what the fuck ever, man. Like, you know, you're bad at drawing, but you want to draw, just fucking draw that bad drawing, bro. Like I've seen a lot of shit lately, like, you know, especially like on like the Instagram, like, you know, like world type shit where like you see people do like the craziest fucking art, and it's just they just get, you know, they get what they get like all the views and likes and shit. And it's not about that, but like especially with art, you know, you want people to see your art. I'm just like, you know, it's just like this guy literally thought he was like, he just creates these weird contraptions to pop balloons. You know, I think you've seen it. I think everyone's seen it before. But it went viral a little while ago. You know,
that Asian guy.
No, he's like a white dude, like a white.
I thought the Asian guy that pulls the shit.
No, like this guy, like he always has a bunch of balloons, and then like he'll have a ring of balloons around him, and then like he'll have like a ring of knives, and he'll drop it around him, and then he'll pop the balloons, and like that's just like what he does. He creates these weird contraptions that pop balloons in odd ways. But like that's his art, you know. It's like that's his art expression, and people get fucking off on it. And like it just seems
it
like,
has its spot. There's plenty of room.
Just that's what I'm saying. Just like when it comes to like, you know, people like, you know, doing any type of art, you know, they're just like, I don't know if I'm, you know, that just seems weird. Just fucking do it, man. Just do it and just get. I don't know. Maybe you don't gotta show everyone. You don't gotta put it on Instagram or nothing. I'm not trying to say that. But just fucking do it, man. If you're gonna draw badly, like just fucking
put
like,
your art into the world.
Draw, man.
Put your art into the world,
exactly.
No matter what it is. Yeah,
exactly.
that's how I've been
bring
feeling
it,
about the studio
just
lately, bro.
It, man. You know, just like
I was like, you know what, man? I got some bars to say. I don't want to say them.
I'm saying,
and
you know?
it just for myself. Yeah.
And whether it's not like whether it's about be like, you know, some people are like scared to put their shit out there, or like they just don't like, you know, or what, like they don't like whatever the case may be for people not putting the art out there or doing some like, you know, some art that they feel like they should be doing.
Oh, definitely. A lot of it's self-confidence.
Just go out and fucking do it, man. You know what I'm saying? This is like, I'm just gonna fucking start fucking painting shit. I'm gonna fucking try.
I'm just such
fucking,
I'm such a just a little thing type of person. I think the little things are what, you know, makes the ship turn eventually, right? So like when somebody's not good at art, right? When like So, like, if you told me, like, draw this, I would be like, I'm not good at drawing,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But then you ask, like, a lot of people, and they would say, I can't draw, right? I'll never say that. I'll
Yeah.
never say I can't draw, bro.
Yeah.
Because every time that I approach it, I think I'm gonna draw what you're asking.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna try to draw what you asked me. I'm never gonna approach it saying I don't know how to draw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try, and I know my outcome that usually comes. I'll say it that way. I know usually I'm not gonna be able to. But I don't know until I try. So I'm not gonna tell you I can't do anything. You know what I mean? Like I always say that. Like you can tell me figure out this rocket science, bro. And I'm not gonna tell you I don't know rocket science. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you I'm not good at rocket science. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna do that, bro. It's the little things. You know what I mean? Because, dude, listen, I'll go in there and maybe I could show you a little flash of something, and you go, this guy can learn quick, you know? And it's like, now I can get good at rocket science. I just need someone to show me. You know,
Yeah. I get you, man.
I was thinking about that earlier. I was actually going to post something like that. I've been doing that a lot, thinking about posting and not, you know? But I was just going to say, like, I think people should be very thankful because of, like, the dads that actually gave you, like, or your mom that gave you actually good traits to, like, live in life. Not like, even the good shit that you do need that's like artificial, like tax, like not to do your taxes and shit. But like I see guys that like their dad took them hunting, you know, taught them how to skin a deer, things like that. Remember we were in the car with Dave Bell the other day, and Dave
Yeah.
was like, "You can't catch a fish." We're like, "Catch a fish, not to cook it, not to clean it." He's
And I
like,
cut it
"Yeah."
out. Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't think you knew neither." And that's where we're all at right there, right? I was just gonna say like how NBSM that like someone gave them that knowledge because I didn't have anyone to give me that knowledge. And if someone did, I've always been a sponge for information, bro. It really doesn't matter what it is. Like,
Yeah.
you could tell me you want to take me to fucking Nazi Germany and I'll come there to learn. You know, I'm going to learn some bad things. I'm going to learn some good things. Like, I just love learning. I just always needed people to give me info. I don't know many people that are successful, you know, that actually have like information to give me on that level, knowledge to give me on that level.
Right.
But I
Exactly,
guarantee
man.
you, if like my uncle was a rocket scientist, I would have been in the fucking room with him trying to learn rocketry. You know what I mean? I
100%, man.
guarantee you, I would have pursued that more in school. I would have chased that goal. You know what I mean? I never had nobody like that. So I think like I mean, I had good people around me. I'm not trying to say I had bad people around me or like that. I mean, I had good people. You know, I told you about like my sister's boyfriend Luigi. You know, people like that. Like he's a good soul. I looked up to him and shit. But like he didn't have like that immense type of knowledge to give to me. You know, my dad didn't have my dad's a painter. It's like okay, I can learn to paint a house, and that's good. But you're not gonna teach me anything that's like gonna set me above, you know, that's gonna give me
Yeah.
this limit. And I'm not even asking for my uncle to be a rocket scientist. I'm just saying, like, if my dad could have taught me how to skin a deer, you know what I mean? Or like would have took me to fishing or like at least know how to do it.
Something like that, you know.
Start a fire,
Yeah.
trail, read a compass, read a map. Really any of the essentials that I want in life that I don't have. I feel like I know a lot of shit, but it's not a lot of shit that I want to know. Like I want to know how to purify my own water. It's like I'm learning it, but I don't really know it. You know, I would love if somebody
Never
had taught me
actually
that.
purify your own water.
I'm
You know what
scared
I'm
as
saying?
shit of doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I want to go out there on the trail. You know,
That's
it's like
yeah. Well, I want to do that.
fuck. It's a lot.
I want to be able to identify and forage, you know,
Yeah,
edible plants, you know, and
yeah,
mushrooms type of thing. You know, what I mean?
yeah,
And just be
bro.
like, oh, we can eat this one, man. This is really good. You know, so
I want to give my children, my nephews, my nieces knowledge that the government can't keep away from them. You know, I've told you many times I feel like they do everything they can to keep you away from knowing those type of things. I want to be the one to be able to give them the knowledge that nobody can take away from them. They're always going to know how to get water. They're always going to know how to get food. Job done. You know what I mean? I can't tell you anything else in life is going to go well.
yeah.
But if you know how to feed yourself and you know how to, you know, find water and get water, you're going to be alive tomorrow and you're going to get to live another day. And I think that's the best info you can give anyone.
I really wonder how they did that. You know, like humans did that in like a hunter gatherer situation. You know, like you're just walking around and like you just hope you keep finding water, or like what's the deal with that? You know, you just walk the river the whole time, or like
Yeah.
how did that work out? You know,
You
just
build off the
like
river. You find the
yeah.
river, then you build off there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, like you had a lot of places that were like coastal. You know,
Dude,
it's
you
just
know if
like
you're in Civ though, you're
you're
next to the
you're
river
drinking
plus
the
two
salt,
housing,
you're drinking the
brother.
salt water. Like Yeah, but like when you're moving around for food, I mean, like I guess food comes near the water source. So I guess that goes hand in hand. But it's just
But like,
weird.
let's
It's
say,
like, you know.
dog, you're walking Maryland and you run into the fucking Chesapeake Bay. I mean, it's pretty easy to say, hey, I can build 10 miles off of this a house, and I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, you got fucking water.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about like as like a hunter gatherer. Like you're just like you're not staying anywhere permanently. You're just wandering around, kind of. It's just like it's just weird. Just like I guess just kept drinking out of that lake. It just I don't know. It just like
Well, there's not 7 billion people trying to drink it dry. You know what I mean? It replenishes more. Probably
well,
raining
yeah,
more too.
yeah.
It's
It's
always a
just weird to
different
think, man.
world.
It's
Like
just weird to think, man. It's so
that's the
weird to
thing
think.
we always get stuck in is like we go to that time in our mind, but like we don't go to that time on the planet. Like I bet the days were a lot different. At the time of even Native American. Like I just bet. Like I don't know what it was, but I bet there was something. Maybe there was 18 hours of daylight, 6 hours of nighttime. I don't fucking know. Something like that. There was
Yeah, no one
the,
fucking
the,
knows,
the
man.
planet was different,
Oh
right?
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
not like the same 24-hour weekly basis that like we try and put those type of people on. Like not saying that you do it like even meaningfully. It's like you do it subliminally. You're like, well,
Yeah,
how did
but
they
I mean,
do that in how we look at life now? You know what I mean? They didn't. It's
oh
like
yeah, because I mean,
so it's like for them,
it's
it's
just
like
weird to think about.
they're
Yeah.
like, I know this is the easy thing to say, but like you ask that guy who's a hunter gatherer following a river every day, he's just like, bro, how do you go to a cubicle every day? I follow the river. What the fuck are you talking about? You're going away from the river into a cubicle to work for someone else? Like, dude, I follow the river.
But like, they boil it, of course. I mean, like,
dude,
just like
I've got my woman with me. I follow this river. I've got buffalo next to me. Like, literally, I have fresh meat, fresh water, fresh pussy. Like, I don't know where else you want me to go. Where can I go that's better, dog?
I'm the first person to find out tobacco and lit.
I'm the first person to find out marijuana. It's lit. Yeah. I eat shrooms at night. You know what I mean? I smoke weed all day. I put a buffalo down, lay down with my woman.
I ferment these
grapes. I got dogs.
I ferment these grapes and get a little fucked up.
It comes back to the Duncan, the Duncan quote, where it's like, what do you say? Where he's like, there's some internetless, phoneless fool sitting next to a waterfall, completely unaware that he should be mad and upset right now or angry. It's so true, bro. You would never, even though bad things are happening in the world and they should be addressed, they have to be addressed with the people in the community, the people that are actually experiencing it. That has to be figured out. You would never be concerned with nothing, bro. If I'm in Montana and you're in Baltimore and there's riots in Baltimore, I'm sorry. Like, that is bad. That's still bad. Don't want that happening on Earth. But I'm in Montana, bro. Now, I didn't look at my phone. I don't know that there's riots in Baltimore. I'm on a fucking prairie right now on the back of my horse right now. You know what I mean? Heading back home with a fucking deer in the back. Like, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking about that back door I want to put in the back of my cabin today.
Literally. Literally, bro. It's like,
bro, I've been.
We talk about it all the time. It's like I really want to live it to like. See, is this what I think it is? Everybody on like that art on that schooly shit, they're like, I always thought this would be a great idea. I never knew it would be my best idea. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
I like shit like that.
So I've watched a lot of videos of like pretty much people like just homesteader like building their houses old school. Like there's this guy. It's a YouTube channel called My Self Reliance. And I mean, he built this fucking cozy ass little like a log cabin. Like he cut down the trees and he shimmed them up, and he made the mortar to go in between all the spaces and whatnot, and built this really cozy home. And then he built a little he documents all of this as it's going on, like his whole YouTube channel. Like he ended up building once he did that and got it all nice. I remember this one day he's like, finally go work on that back door in my cabin. I'm just gonna cut a hole out right here. I'm gonna put a door in. It's like that's what he's doing in this day. And there was another project.
That's his job.
Where like he made like an outdoor kitchen area. Like a really huge like outdoor kitchen area where like it's all made of like rocks they found in fucking wood. And
what else do you need to make a kitchen, right?
Exactly. That's what
wood
what
fire,
he did,
wood fire, and a stone pit.
He has some mortar, to work with. He has a little mortar, and it's just like. He makes all this shit. He just lives in his cabin out there, bro. Let's be chilling.
Yeah, I mean, it really affirmed a lot of my beliefs on the last trip we did, you know, where it was like when I was really talking, I'm like, yeah, you do this. And it's like I kind of was like first laying out the first plot in my head of like really seeing it maybe be successful, you know, where like before it always seemed like I'm gonna be fucking out. I'm gonna be out there clueless, you know? Like, I'm gonna be completely out there clueless. So it's like in my head now, I kind of see like
You'd be clueless, but you figured it out.
a route. Like I see a
You figured it
route, you
out.
know, of like it being possible, you know, and just like it was like that was so crazy when we were just like in that we're just peeking, you know, and we're like bro, like everything we talk about we want in life like isn't out there. Like there's nowhere you're gonna go on the planet where it's like exactly what you want. You know, it's always gonna be like property taxes or some shit, you know. You're
Yeah.
always gonna have something. But it's like you what else can you do but go start it? You know, we were talking about like if we were like the small shift, the beginning of the shift, you know, to humankind on Earth.
Yeah.
You know, and that's crazy to think about, right? But if that did happen, someone had to do it,
You
right?
see, well, man, it's
So
like
why not you?
it's funny. Like you were when we were talking earlier about those that like homeless encampment off the water by the highway. Or you were like, yeah, he has waterfront property. I'm just looking. I'm like, that guy got to figure it out, man. It's just out there just chilling. And it's just cool. He probably built everything they needed out there. You know what I'm
Everything,
saying? He
bro.
goes and
It
forges
gets bigger
for
every
what he needs,
year.
man. You know, just like it just like
Bangs drugs all day,
When-
fucks this junky bitch in there at night on the water.
doesn't care if he has herpes or anything.
No,
you
it
know?
does
Just
not care.
at
It
all.
already is what it is.
Just having a good time.
Better than my childhood.
Yeah. He doesn't wake up hating his life, like you hate going to work.
Yeah,
It's like,
right.
This is fucking junkie bitch.
I have no money,
This is
but I
fucking-
got my dick sucked tonight. You
Yeah.
get your dick sucked? I got
I'm
my dick
still
sucked
eating.
on crack. You never know
I'm
what that
still
feels like.
eating, you know. Just
You never know what head on crack feels
work
like.
out 4 hours a day, you know. Just is what I want to
Just
do.
walk the streets all day, just meeting people. It's awesome.
But I mean, like it's like when you may go out clueless, but when you get out there, you're not gonna fail, because that's not an option.
Yeah, you just figure it
It's
out.
not an option, man. 'Cause,
Lately,
I
I've
mean,
been kind of picturing like a wild hog, though, bro. Like, I've been really kind of leaning towards that little Harley, bro, with the sandbaggers, dog, and just Rolling Stone style. You know what I mean? What else do you need?
That's a little bike.
I've never needed much to live a day-to-day life, bro. Like, I don't even need a tent. I literally would bring some covers. I mean, of course, I would probably bring a tent if I'm going across country, on a Harley. Bring a tent. You can fit a tent on a bagger now, tie it on the back.
Yep.
You put fucking your clothes in those bags and shit, everything you need, and just just get it, just drive and like wherever you end up, you're tired that day, we pull over. Oh, I'm in Vermont. I'm in Rhode Island. Like just chill, just meet people. Like I am so thirsty to meet people.
And see the world, bro. See these things out there, man. Just see this. Go and see there's like,
and also like explain our world to people. You know, like imagine you're in New Guinea, bro, and like you're speaking to someone that knows English, and they're telling you like about New Guinea. You're like, oh, you live next to this waterfall and everything, and you tell them about Baltimore, like this culture exchange.
Yeah,
it's cool.
That's what's fucking beautiful
it's cool.
about this. So there's this guy on YouTube I watch from time to time. His name's Bald and Bankrupt. He's a bald dude. He started this channel after he got divorced. He's like 55. He just got divorced and he decided just to go travel the world and like do this YouTube channel.
Go with a bang.
So like he travels to all these, like he travels to what he says are the places that like they're not the tourist destinations. Like he was in like Bolivia and he went to like Bolivia's worst hood by himself and he's just like filming himself walking through and like he just talk and he's interacting with the people. He's walking through like the slum and he's just talking with the kids and the people there and they're just like you see the good nature of the people. Like there's this people that come up. They're like, look, don't keep walking that way. That village, they eat people up there and shit. They're just like, don't go up there. So shit like that. And he keeps walking. He's like, yeah, we're gonna go see the village that eats people. As he keeps getting closer, people are just like, no, senor, please don't go. You don't want to go up there. That's a really bad part of the village. Don't go there. Just like this random white dude. Just like, no, don't go there. He travels to India. He just he's in the poorest parts of India.
He's 54. He don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
He's like, bro, I lived 50 years.
And
what are you gonna do? Kill me?
People. He's in like Belarus, or in somewhere like
so envious.
Azerbaijan. And
I'm envious.
And he goes, like I say, he goes to these like really like slummed down parts of the neighborhood, and like he'll just talk to people. He'll end up in people's houses drinking vodka with them. they're playing music. They're just like, oh, Englishman. Oh shit.
That's
what's up?"
definitely
You
the
know?
coolest part about the military, ain't it?
Yeah,
That you see the world.
yeah.
That's definitely a cool
I
part.
remember there was one time he was in Africa, and this dude gave him a ride, you know, and then the bus station they didn't have a bus to the destination they were going till tomorrow. So the dude's like, yeah, you know, you come back, stay with my family. You know, they go back. His house is like literally like it's made of cinder blocks, and it's like one big room, and it's just all concrete. It's like a real like shithole. He's come in and he's sharing his food. Like they barely have food. He's sharing it with them. Just lets them sleep, you know, there and whatnot. And it's just like, you know, you just see the really good hearts
awesome.
of people out there, man.
I will
all
say
over the
this
world.
though. Just add this to me, and you know this is true, and everybody I say it to knows it too. There is a little bit of a safety factor when you're recording the whole time.
Yeah, that's
Especially when they got it on like the
a weird holder
stick
yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
you know, like
It is weird, man. Yeah.
they don't know if you're live, you know what I mean? They really don't know what you're doing exactly. So you know how like when you're walking through, you know, a dangerous part of town, you do that fake phone call?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing, but you're actually recording.
He does a lot of like hitchhiking shit too. Like, you know, where it just like relies on, you know, people to get him throughout the country, you know, just like
that's cool.
Crazy shit, man, you know, yeah.
I just on a side note, I seen a thing that said when cops pull over a vehicle as they're approaching, they're supposed to touch the back of the vehicle so that their fingerprints are always on it in case something happens.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I knew that. There's actually something I wanted to bring up to you. Did you know that America is the only country that does a credit score?
I remember seeing some shit about them not having it in Europe, but I wasn't sure if we were the only country.
So you can go anywhere in the world and your credit score will mean nothing because it doesn't mean nothing nowhere else besides America, bro.
Wow.
It's crazy, ain't it?
When
When I heard that, I'm just like, no way. I'm looking this up. Like, I'm getting to the bottom of this shit.
No one else has a credit score.
No one else has a credit score. There's places like China that have that social credit score, but that's not what we have. So, like, when you go to another country, like you go to Europe or something, they will look at your America credit score and they will base like that off of how America views that credit score. But it does nothing for you. Like, that doesn't have to give you a better interest rate in Europe. Like, that doesn't get you anything anywhere else in the world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right? Make sure to take a big debt and dip to Europe or something, right?
Fuck. Just go legally travel Europe, bro. Just like do some shit like that.
I just want to be a rambling man.
Just fuck it. You know, just go wherever I want in the world.
I want to leave before I'm 30.
Legally, illegally.
I'll come back when I'm 40.
That's the thing. You don't want to get caught up in no sketchy country illegally. That's about it. You know.
You don't want to go to prison.
I mean, you know like. If you go to prison in the Netherlands, is it that bad? You know,
are you gonna be in the Netherlands, dude?
You know, I mean, I don't imagine I'm getting locked up in Sudan.
It's not easy to get in Netherlands.
Oh, not easy at all.
You probably wouldn't get in.
I'd rather get locked up somewhere in Europe rather than like
all day.
You know, and let's say like
then Russia.
Let's say like
Africa,
exactly.
Philippines, Thailand, China. yeah, that's way up there. Europe, anywhere.
Exactly.
Europe, anywhere for all of those.
Then some exactly.
So yeah, you know, I know I'm getting fucked.
I'm saying like I don't want to travel anywhere else illegally. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to backpack across Africa illegally.
Brother, you do not want to go to a Thailand prison.
Hell no.
You're getting ranked.
Well, I want to.
You know the crazy thing is in Thailand, you know that you can Muay Thai fight for your freedom?
Yeah, there was those prison fights.
That's a real thing. That's still a real thing. No, that's a real thing, bro. In their country law.
Yeah.
They release murderers.
Yeah, if you're good enough Muay Thai fighter,
if you win enough Muay Thai,
bro. They have the prison, those prison ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Prison tournaments.
Yeah.
And like if someone wins a lot,
train Muay Thai. Yeah, I see that video, bro.
There's a movie, bro, about a guy named Billy. It's a true story. About an American who went over there to train Muay Thai, ended up getting on drugs, got hooked, and ended up going to prison, and he fought for his freedom. But a lot of people fight for their freedom. Rapists, murderers, all that. You win enough, bam. It's crazy.
I mean, because
I'll definitely fight. I'm definitely going to fight if I got life.
Exactly, man. It's like,
kill me.
Plus, you're an American. Like, what else am I going to do? I'm sitting there getting ran by Thais. Like,
yeah, right. I need to learn to fight anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And work out.
Yeah, so, right.
You know, so I can fight off these Thais. They're trying to run me.
It's horrible, dude. You ever watch Oz?
Short little Thai man. Like,
you ever watch any Oz?
Oz? What do you mean Oz? No.
Show called Oz. OZ. Yeah. You missed a lot of good ones, boy.
That's the one. I know what you're talking about though. Yeah,
Prison. It's a prison one.
I know.
Okay,
Sure.
no,
Yeah,
not Wizard of Oz, brother.
No.
uh,
They have a lot.
That's
we
the-
would call it Oz.
that's the best in-depth of real prison life I think you ever see. It was a show that was like widely criticized because it's probably like one of the most brutal shows. Probably the most, yeah, it's the most brutal show you're ever fucking watching in your life, dude. It actually is really brutal. Like, there's so many aspects of brutalness in that show that's not even funny. So many great actors, like top to bottom, just great actors, bro. And they really give you a good feel of what it's like to be like every type of different person coming in prison. And
That's cool.
that show shows everything, dude.
What show is it? What is it on? Is it on anything?
It used to go on HBO. Now
I'm sure you can still find it.
it's on something. I actually might start that. It's funny. I started watching Bernie Mac show again. I'm like into this shit like this. I'm nostalgia now. I'm in this nostalgia mode. I might start watching Oz again. But it's a show that starts off slow now, you know, because it's about prison build up. So they try and build up like the prison characters, and then they show you how like someone could come in there like this and develop into this. Someone come in there like this and develop. So good to bad, bad to good,
Yeah.
good to good, bad to bad, you know. And you're talking about like the main thing they were criticized for were the rape scenes, bro. Like rape scenes, left and right, women, men, guards, fucking anyone, bro. Like lots of rape, bro. Lots of beat sounds, and like
especially
you really just get it though. Where like there's this one little part where guy comes in and he's a lawyer, killed a little girl while he was drunk driving, and he comes in and he's inside with not a gang member, but like one of the largest fucking Nigerian black dudes in this fucking cell, basically the biggest guy in the cell, in the block. You know what I mean? And the guy's like pretty much like, yeah, when I get my chance, you know what it is, you know? So white guy comes up to him, bro, and he's like, bro, you need to get out of there. He's like, I don't know where you should go. You can come with me if you want, but you need to get the fuck out of there because he's gonna fuck you. So he gets transferred and asked to go to this guy's room. And this is the leader of like the Aryan Brotherhood. So he ends up just fucking becoming his bitch. He got him in there and he starts fucking him, puts a swab stick on his ass, like carves in a swab stick on his ass and shit. And like, it's brutal, dude. It's a brutal show, bro. Like, a lot of people will not last with that show, dude. Like, it's horrible. Like, the shit they do to people in that show, you're like, oh my God. But it's like this little, like, you can't believe it.
Oh my God.
Dude, it's like gang rapes, dude, like everything. Like, shit that you're like, I don't even know if someone would pick up some shit like that nowadays.
Come with me if you want, but he's gonna fuck you.
Nowadays, like the prison,
and then he fucks you.
The prison, the prison comparison to that nowadays would be like Prison Break. Have you ever watched Prison Break? Any of it? I never really watched it, but like you'll never see a rape on Prison Break. You know what I mean? You might see like insinuated rape maybe or something, but like you're never gonna.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not nothing like that.
Show.
That show, yo, it preyed on the bad part of prison. The corruption, the drugs, the rape, the beatings, the gangs, everything, dude. It's a great show. It's a great show.
I'm about to watch that. I just find that so fucked up. He's just like, look, man, he's gonna
got
get
him.
you. I have an opening. You come with me. Like, and he goes in and he rapes him. It's just like, Jesus Christ.
And and then he's like, he goes and complains to the guard, but it's a white guard that's getting paid by the Aryan Brotherhood. So he's just like, oh, okay. He's like, all right. Oh, he's doing that? That's crazy. So he acting like he's walking him to the fucking warden, drops him off in the laundromat. Aryan Brotherhood waiting in that bitch, beats the fuck out of him. They all gang rape him, send him back to the cell where he's already getting raped at. Like, shit was horrible, bro. It was like shove a broomstick in his ass, all types of crazy shit, dude. Like, it was the craziest show ever. I never really thought about it just now, about like how crazy it really. Yeah, it's like, whoa, that would never be allowed now, bro. I don't even know. Oh shit, dude! I don't even know if a streaming service will like pick that up. Now I really don't even know. I want to get to the bottom of that.
I'll find it somewhere, bro. I'll find it somewhere, man.
Look at this. Look up. Where can I watch?
Are you about to look it up
Famous
now?
search. Yeah, I just want to say.
Yeah, because I don't want to watch it, but I do want to watch it. Like, it's like
I can't look away.
That's crazy. It's a broom in his ass. Oh shit! Like, bro, I could not even fucking imagine, bro.
Yeah, multiple. So you need premiums for this. It's on everything, but it's HBO Max, Hulu Premium.
What's Hulu?
You,
Hulu Premium. What's that?
you got to pay for it where it's got like no ads and
Oh, I
shit
have
like
that.
that.
You
can
can
watch
log
it
into my
though.
shit.
YouTube Premium, Amazon Premium. I have Amazon. I don't think I got Premium. Does Premium cost more?
I think it could just be Prime. Yeah, no.
It says Premium, so I don't know. But
Unless
that'd be cool.
you need the HBO add-ons with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I might be saying because you can get HBO add-ons with all that stuff.
Got 6 seasons though. Everybody that you talk to will always be like, I never finished it. Like very few people finished it. But it's like it was it's just one of them like classes I guess at this point.
I kind of want to check out because I kind of want to like log into my Hulu and see if it's there. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you wouldn't. I feel like what you need is the. I think that's what it's telling you. But let's check it out real quick. I would definitely like to watch this show just because like that would be a very insane show, man. Like because I mean like
can we look up like on YouTube like worst scene on Oz or something? I don't know if it would be. Maybe it'll show you like something from it.
I feel like they would have it because they have snippets of all the shows on there, bro. There's a hella Omar scenes from The Wire, like all that
That's
stuff.
nothing, bro.
Oh yeah, I know.
The worst Wire scene is
I don't think
like,
you're gonna see the rape stuff on there. Like I don't know.
Damn it! What do you mean? Of course you're not gonna say the rape shit, Steve. I mean, I know that. I'm saying like
Well,
maybe
sometimes they show some crazy shit. Like, see, that's the HBO Max add-on.
Yeah, so you do need it, huh?
Yeah.
So you ain't that premium, brother.
Well, yeah, we might be able to get a free trial real quick, bro.
And watch it all in 7 days.
On the HBO shit. I mean, some HBO Max might give you a 30-day trial. Oh no, I haven't checked out HBO Max yet at all.
It's a lot to watch.
Maybe I'll cancel one and just get one of these real quick.
I can skip a little.
Yeah,
I remember some of it.
Let's see if we can find something on YouTube to just pull up real quick. Just see what we're
Yeah,
working
it's pretty.
with.
Tyler's one of the few people that know this show, so we always talk about it. It's like it's a very slow show. You have to stay into it to like really see the good parts. A lot of build up, a lot of politicking, like it is in prison. Like I'm doing this, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do this.
What some of the scenes worst original.
Oh, that's the guy that he was initially in the cell with, obesity or however you say it. That's the guy who gets raped. Yep. So this is when he first gets in. He just got in, basically. He's writing through his shit, and he's like, hey, don't write through my shit. That's the leader of the Muslims. That guy's really good actor. It's a lot of good actors, man.
Crazy, man.
Can you fast forward a little bit, see where it's at, see what happens? I'm trying to hit that some. I don't know if you'll be able to get to the. Oh, this is just his scenes, but basically, he was a super scary guy on there. Especially when you're a kid. I watched this show when I was like 10, bro. This shit was like horrific. You know what I mean? That's the guy who got transferred to the cell. I don't know if you know him as an actor, but he's famous too.
Yeah. He's a farmer's guy now.
Yeah, yep. So that's where he gets them to. And just like they all have just like different stories, and you watch it outplay, and it's just very wild, like to see and try to grasp. But it's just a great show. I've been watching a lot of good shows like that.
He's wild, man. Oh, like, see, take the Stabler.
I told you, it's just actor after actor, dude. This movie,
especially in this time period, bro. These are like all like
dude, the stuff, bro. I could show you the Spanish guys, the black guys, all of them, man. They all were on this.
I'm gonna check it out, bro. I'm gonna see what I can get for like the. I'll let you know.
So if you do decide to do that, though, give it time. That's what I'm saying. Like, give it another season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because they're gonna do a lot of politics of like trying to explain to you how shit works in there.
Yeah, I got you, man. That's what I was saying. Like, that's the crazy thing about like America's prison system is that America's prison system, like we have one of the most violent prison systems in the world. I mean, like not only do we have, we have a high prison population, but I mean that's going to come with the pure number of population that we have here. I mean, we're coming up on like 400 million people in our country. I mean, we have like the third, fourth, maybe fifth highest in population. But the way some of these prisons look, though, man, is like it's especially for it to be America's prison system. It's just like it just seems crazy. I mean, like, yeah, we have we have a lot of people to deal with. Like, of course you're gonna have some crazy shit, but I mean, like, man, you've seen some of these prisons here in America, bro.
You got so many laws.
Ruthless.
Everything's a law, dude. Everything. There's
Appreciate it, by
some
the way.
things you have to just give up to the goodwill of the people. Like jaywalking. Why does everybody complain about jaywalking? Everybody knows you shouldn't jaywalk, right? You shouldn't have to write a law for things like that. It should just be a common understanding of this is how we cross the street. This is how you're taught to cross the street. You're not going to get fined for walking a different way, but this is how we walk.
Yeah.
You shouldn't need to write a law for every single fucking thing, man. Like they were saying, every time you write a law, you have to rewrite another law.
I think sometimes a lot of the bullshit comes from stuff like insurances, liabilities, who's at fault. It's like, well, until we put it in writing, it's like now we have to put up a fight. Once you put it in writing, it's like, well, you can't say nothing now. It's like it's just, what I mean? It's just like that's just the type of thing that like you deal with when you're in this fucking city with all these people. It's like, you can't run in the street. Like you got hit by a car running in the street. Now you want to sue them. Well, I mean, now jaywalking is a law. So I mean, if you're running in the middle of the street, you're in the legal wrong. So you have no legal precedent. There's no legal precedent for you to sue now. That's the type of thing I see.
Yeah,
what you're going
that's what it is. Yeah.
And then of course you would have insurance companies just like, well, we need this in law so we can make money off of it. You know what I'm saying? Just so we don't lose money on this shit.
Like for example, though, like my dad, right? Like he already was a fiend. I told you that. He was homeless most of the time, always out there. And dude, they're just looking for a place to sleep. So my dad would sleep anywhere he could that looked safe. All the time getting hit with trespassing, bro. Waking up, getting locked up for sleeping somewhere you shouldn't be sleeping, dude. Rather it be down the harbor, you know what I mean? Wherever it is, like he has like 5 or 6 trespassing, bro, just from sleeping places because you don't have nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're 16, you're drunk down the harbor and you hop someone's gate to get to the fucking boardwalk or something. You know what I mean? Like trespassing, lock them up. Like it's just so much shit, man. I just wish that. I get it. I get it, but I don't want it. I don't. So I would rather just give it to discretion. Like I don't want you running through my yard. You know that. But if you got to run through my yard to go get to the damn water, you go ahead and run through this fucking yard.
That's what I was.
You know what I mean?
I was on the acid, man. That's the only thing I was thinking about, man. I was just thinking about. I was like, you put a fence in front of the water. You put your house in front of me in the water. It's just like, fuck it. I'm gonna walk and breathe through this bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, fuck this. Like,
what blew my mind is when we looked in the backyard and seen a fire hydrant. I was like, what? Got your own fire hydrant back here from 20 houses? The fuck?
Yeah. So anyway, we talked about where it's just like, you sold your ass. You know what I'm saying? Just like these real estate property management companies come in. They build all these waterfront condos that all look the same. And they're not even visually pleasing. They're ugly.
Yeah.
They're eyesores. Like at least when you like in the Netherlands when they build on the water, like it's like rainbow houses and shit. It's a pretty little fucking snow.
Yeah, we see how like Greece is with their beautiful like castle like fucking
white
building.
Fucking
yeah.
shit, you know what I'm saying? But like that shit's just fucking brick and mortar with an ugly fence. I mean, it's just fucking. It's a $600,000 property, and it sure looks like $100,000 piece of shit right here. And I don't even fucking understand.
Like, when you compare it to Miami, I'm just like, why would you do that to it? But it's like I'm about to do that. But basically, in Miami, like, of course, like it can't be Miami, but that's just why. Because like in Miami, dude, you don't see cargo ships. Those are coming in somewhere completely different.
Go to Tampa.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Like, bro, like when I was on that jet ski, I rode all the way around fucking South Beaches Island, dude. You don't see no big ships, bro. It's just yachts, fucking public, personal boats, jet skis, surfers.
And what did we see at like?
All you see is fucking cargo.
We really saw a bunch of tugboats spin a big ass cargo ship, a cargo ship that couldn't even turn itself around in the size of a bay.
Right, it could, but we didn't move because it's a false drenched area, bro. This isn't even supposed to be here.
Oh my god!
It's the only way we can do it.
That's crazy. You see this big ass ship and this little ass thing of water. I'm just like, what is going on?
Once we had to start doing that, we should have said no. We should have said no more.
They just
It's like what I said
need
about
to come in Ocean City.
it's like we said with the oil drilling thing. It's like once you got to the point where you're like, I think we got to drill in the ocean. We're done. We are done with oil. We had our fun. It was nice while it lasted. We're not drilling in the fucking ocean, Same thing right there where it's like, we gotta literally get a cargo ship in here full of food, or we're not gonna feed the city. The city's done growing. We're done here. We're not building a port. We can't grow no more then.
Same thing when when we lay out areas where it's like where we have there's a certain line where you can't drill for oil in the Arctic, no matter how far south or north or whatever. And then we at that moment it's like that's protected, we can't do that, and it's just like we open that up, and then people are just like, yeah, we should definitely go there. It's just like
we didn't open up, right? The treaty ended, right?
Something like that, yeah. Something like that, yeah. But either way, it was just like, yeah, we're going to drill there now. Just like, oh, maybe you fucking shouldn't.
Why do you think we did that initially?
Arctic.
Why? What's the Arctic?
I don't fucking know, man.
I
don't fucking know. I don't fucking know.
I mean, it's because what I know the Arctic to be is Antarctica, and there's no one living there. So if you are going to drill somewhere, drill fucking there. Stop building fucking oil tankers 100 miles off of Texas. You know what I mean? So get the fuck away from my water. If nobody's living there and you want to drill in the fucking ocean, drill up there. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, don't drill anywhere in the ocean.
Why the fuck did we say we're going to drill the one spot where no one's at? Where no one's at? No drilling. We want to drill next to people.
The animals, bro. The animals.
What animals? There's not even real wildlife up there.
There's plenty of life down
it's all
there,
in the water.
Yeah, plenty of life down there, bro.
What?
Seals, walruses, penguins.
What's on land? What's on land?
Penguins, polar bears.
Penguins ain't on land. They're in the water.
Yeah, they're on land. No, they're on land. Yeah, they're on land, bro.
Polar bears fish in water.
But you've never seen
polar
big ass
water. Polar bears eat off water.
Oh yeah, but you never seen them big ass
penguins eat off water.
No, penguins live on the land, bro. They go far on land, bro. They eat from the water. But they go far inland, bro.
They eat from the water.
They go far inland,
bro. But
they
eat from the water.
Yeah.
So does a polar bear.
Okay.
So what there eats off of the land?
Well, there's nothing to eat off the land.
Right. Because I'm saying there's no wildlife. There's sea life. Those all harvest food from the sea.
But none of those are sea life, like polar bears and penguins. That's not sea life.
Okay. Let's say
birds.
Let's say if I gave you those two. Right? Can you name 5? Like, what is it? Rabbits, maybe.
Well,
maybe.
Land?
Yeah.
I don't think anything like that down there.
Nothing. You don't think that's too cold?
It's too cold. Yeah.
So you just named 2 things.
On land, but I mean the water.
Barely.
The water. It's the water. That's the main thing.
There's no wildlife. That's what I'm saying.
Walruses, all the fish. There's plenty of wildlife down there, bro.
In the water. You get what I'm saying? Not on land.
Yeah, but when you're drilling in the water, bro.
Drill the land, bro. Drill the land.
If you can through the ice. Mexico, if you can through all the fucking ice.
Why are you drilling right off of where I drink?
Because it's easy for us to get there.
Figure it out.
It's easy for us to get
Figure
there, bro.
It out, dude. Don't drill by here.
We're not going that far. I don't drink here.
Why do they do that?
I don't drink here.
Why do they say that?
Because they don't drink there.
No, I'm saying why do they say no one could touch that? It's so weird. It's like it gets me to think.
It's just an environment thing, bro. I think that's all it is.
You know how I think about with the space thing, though. I'm always like, why do they do that with space?
It's like
now, how did they come to that agreement? Because they can't agree to do that nowhere on Earth. But they always find these little space in Antarctica. We can all mutually agree that we don't pollute it and nobody can claim it.
Oh, Russia drills up there.
Now they are.
They've been drilling in the north.
I thought they weren't allowed.
No, they've been drilling in the north, bro.
Yeah. I thought they just made the icebreaker.
They've drilled up far north for a long time. Yeah. They claim a lot of.
They do what they want.
They claim a lot of these islands up in the Arctic. Same thing that Norway's doing, where they're claiming as the ice retreats further and further, there's these small islands and pockets of islands. If they're able to claim that, and then once they do that, they get those they then all that sea in between that and that island is pretty much theirs, considered theirs at that point. And then I think it's 175 nautical miles from there is their exclusive economic zone in the UN rules
that you're not supposed to be able to come right.
Well, they can. Yeah. They then have the entitlement to use that area for themselves.
You think they'll let that happen?
The territory. Huh?
You think that the world will let Russia do that?
Russia's already up there, bro.
You think they would let Russia just control a canal? You think so?
Not canal, bro. So. It's not a canal, bro. It's a small bit of
island. Open it. You think if we wanted to come through it, they would let Russia stop us? You think so? I don't really think so. I think like if any country wanted to go through there, we would just do it. It'd be one of them times where it's like just kind of a
No one.
disrespect,
It's not
like straight
about.
to Hamas
No,
style,
it's not
you
about
know?
anyone stopping anyone, but like they're claiming this as it gets, like they're using that to like claim that land and
Right.
that
That's
area.
I guess what I'm saying is we could stop them if we
We
want
can
to.
we can definitely
It's
like
a lot.
sail through it and shit.
It's not the
but-
same as like the China thing.
Oh,
Like
no,
China,
it's
you're like
different, it's
fuck.
different, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
with Russia, it's like fuck you.
That's the one thing that happened with Canada as more of the ice receded. They had these waterways.
Yeah.
So there's actually that one waterway that like is a really effective shipping route. And pretty much someone tried. Once they did the first trip through it, and they realized that it was possible, they tried to do it again, and then they were like, "No, these are our waters. You can't do this." And then everyone else is like, "These are fucking territorial waters. Like they're a very important trade route. So like it's just like international territory." And then that's pretty much could be like the next fight is like over like the Arctic type style. That's all I was getting to.
Right. Like they're fighting over the Hamas.
Because there's oil reserves up in the Arctic, man.
Same thing.
And it's deep in the Arctic. And like I said, as the ice recedes farther and farther inward, it's become more and more accessible over the time. So I mean, it's just gonna be the next big fight right there. And that's the one thing that no one wants Russia to do is have a bunch of fucking oil. Because I mean, it's all they got to fucking live off of, from what we know, or from what I understand.
We could stop them son of bitches.
With a China backing, I don't fucking know.
Who would you say wins the election right now?
Trump.
By what?
I think it's another close call. I think you might even see another situation where Biden will win the popular vote, but the Electoral College will swing in Trump's favor.
You didn't watch the Tim Kennedy podcast, right?
No.
There was a part, bro, which I had no idea about, but there's a video of Joe Biden talking about his brain injuries. You ever heard that?
No.
I don't know if we can bring it up. I don't know for just you or something, but it is scary, Steven. So he admits to this. This is him saying this. He had 2 brain aneurysms, bro. A 20% survival rate. He had his entire top of his head removed so they could relieve pressure, bro. And put back on. It's crazy. I don't know if you're better to find it, bro, but you might have to watch the JRE podcast.
You have to check it out.
Yeah, bro, it's very scary, man.
Yeah, because that's weird.
It's scary, dude, and it's him saying it, not someone saying about him. It's him talking about it.
And a lot of times when you look at him talking, you're just like, yeah.
You're like, yeah, I see why.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20% are still damaged. He's supposed to be dead.
Cut some of his brain off.
He's supposed to be dead, bro.
It's like he had like a
What if
fucking,
he was giving someone else's brain?
like a lobotomy or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was giving someone else's brain, bro.
That's where the mix-up is happening. It's just like someone
He's
else's
got another
brain,
piece of brain.
or at least a piece of someone else's
Yeah,
brain.
or they shot stem cells in his
That's
brain and
fucking
still
weird.
regrowing.
Nah, I gotta listen to that, man, because that'd be like, because Joe, like now that like you look at him, I'm just like, yeah, yeah, okay,
Yeah, it's scary. I'll send it to
it's
you.
all coming together now.
Bro, when you hear that, you're like, ain't no way nobody went through that and ain't different. I'll tell you that right now because he was supposed to be dead, basically, bro. See, I don't like shit like that. Sometimes I feel like if I had a brain aneurysm, I just want to die.
You don't do no crazy shit like that to me, bro.
Mm.
Don't be slicing my brain up and shit, man. Like,
I don't really know how far I would go to stay alive, as bad as it sounds. Like, obviously, I'm afraid to die and I don't want to die. So maybe in the moment, I would just do whatever. I don't know. But I can't see myself wanting to live any type of impaired life. You know, like I don't think that's me.
no, I can't. I mean, I can't imagine it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, like paralyzation. Nah, yeah, some sort of uh, brain injury to where it's like like I'm like a vegetable, or even
It's
like. Or even to where it's like I'm not even like 50% of like what I was. You know what I'm saying? It's just like no thank you.
You know how you'll be looking
80%, no, thank
around,
you.
you'll see a fucking squirrel or something, and it'll be missing part of its tail. You'll see a cat with a missing eye. You see a dog, with a bite mark on its face or something. Like you see like these injured animals. I was like looking the other day, like something switched in my head where I started looking at humans like that. And like I was like I seen this, person with one arm. It's like, man, like it's like a mangled human. And I was wondering, like, how animals look at us when they see an injury like that. They're just like, oh, that's a human that was in war or something, you know, that was in a battle like I was, you know,
It
like,
was like in that moth podcast that you had me listen to. There was that one guy who was talking about the oil rig, the monkey guy.
oh my
And something like he
god,
was like, some dude just got fucking disemboweled with a drill, dismemberment, death, like just like
that shit
crazy
happens
shit.
all the time, bro.
Exactly, man. He
How
was
about
just
how he
like,
was like, we always have a surgeon within 10 miles to reattach things.
mhm.
I don't know if I want to do 100 grand drilling anymore, bro.
Especially if you don't give a fuck about people like this. It's just like
I
people just getting disemboweled and shit, like fucking. Like, oh my god, man.
thought that was crazy with that monkey, though. I just thought that was a crazy story. Like,
And
just
it
the
was like
fact of, like,
that was
how
the
smart that monkey was and how it, like, coexisted with him.
that was the beauty of it. It was like I'm not sure what I was expecting from that story. But like it was really just about this story with his monkey they
Yeah,
cared about, and it passed.
that's all it
Like
was.
it's all it
That's
was.
all it was about this monkey.
Yeah. And he loved it. And then he left the oil rig and went home.
And he was talking about how, like, he was, like, heartless in the beginning, you know? He didn't love
Yeah.
anything, but he loved this monkey.
Yeah.
It's, like,
And he cried over
crazy.
that monkey and he left the oil rig,
Did you see the video I shared the other day where it's, like, the monkey helps the guy up?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up with that? What is up with that?
Yeah. First of all, strength. Yeah. Second of all, man, intelligence, bro. Intelligence.
Regardless of all of that, it doesn't if it was intelligence, I'm not trying to bash what you said, but to me, if it was an intelligence, you would only make a logical decision, which would be, I'm not gonna help anything up that's bigger than me because it can kill me. That's the logical, intelligent decision, right? That's actually a different kind of decision that thing's making. It's like a companionship type of decision. You know what I mean? It's like an empathy, like a friendship decision of like, I want you to come with me. You know what I mean? Like,
I
if
mean,
we only use intelligence, you're not gonna have a good life.
well, I
You're
mean,
always gonna live like in
what's
fear,
up?
you
Well, I mean,
know?
that's the thing. Like, it's not. It's. I'm saying, he's an intelligent being. I'm not saying he's, logical. I mean, that comes with like that type of thing. But like, it's like I'm using it like in like an all encompassing term. It's a intelligent creature. It's like able to process those types of things.
But
What I'm
not a lot
saying?
of
And,
creatures can even do
what
that
I'm
for
saying?
you, though.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying? Like
You're not
that's
saying that.
intelligence. Intelligence.
No, I'm saying like there's not a lot of creatures, period, that have a hand to grab you with and pull you up with. Like, what else can even do that? You know what I mean? Lion, zebra, whatever you want to name. Like, there's not many things that could put a hand out for you to grab and pull you up.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't think there's a lot of animals that would help pull you up. It's like a monkey would. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But why do you think that about monkeys? Like, why do you think why would you think that a monkey would help you up, but like if a fish could, it wouldn't?
I mean, because it's all based on like their behaviors themselves. I mean, like monkeys, yeah, you have schools of fish, but fish don't like help each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not like an observable thing. You know what I'm saying? Like monkeys help each other out all the time.
But they
And
have
they
a
help
lot more
humans all the time. You know what I'm
capabilities to
saying?
be able to help each other. A fish, if I'm a fish and you're a fish, bro, there's only so much I can do for
But if
you.
you have
If I'm a monkey and you're a monkey, I can do a lot.
but then you give it the capability of an arm, like it doesn't change its like brain. You know what I'm saying? Like you give a fish an arm, it doesn't do what a monkey does.
What? But you don't have. I'm not making an argument for intelligence though. What I'm saying is you don't got to be intelligent to be compassionate. So if Adder had that arm, it doesn't have to be any more IQ points smarter for it to go. I mean, of course, a fish, that's a great idea because it's hard to even picture. But like for a fish to go, I'm gonna help you up here. I don't have to be any more IQ smarter. I just want to help you up here, and I have something that I can actually do this.
Like, yeah, but I think it comes with a certain range of intelligence. You know what I'm saying?
I guess I don't say it that way.
Which is why like monkeys would do it, but like I don't think fish would. Like I said, I don't think you give a fish an arm, it extends that hand.
That's absurd for us to think, though, right? Because it's like, come on, we can't even picture that, right? On a fish, like say something else, like let's say something that like maybe could have an arm, right?
Like just like I can't picture a fish helping me, just like it's like
what, like so because it has an arm, like could you picture a skunk trying to help you up? You know what I mean?
No,
a fox, but I've seen fox grab humans and pull them. I've seen that.
Foxes.
I've seen fox lead them to their babies.
Yeah, I mean, like I think we can go through a different race of animals, and I'll give you a yes or no between every different animal. You know what I'm saying? But I think fish is like, I don't think a fish would help somebody. what fox would.
Well,
Maybe,
like-
you know, would your dog if they had an arm? Like, yeah, I mean, they try to help you now with their
Right.
mouth, you know. So
All of those things would be
You
capable,
know?
though. It's hard to even say fish, though. I'm saying because they're in the water, so it's like it's hard to even work with that one. It was just a horrible example. But like all the things that we're naming on land, like anything on land with
I think-
arms and the
like, I think if
capability,
you-
probably would help you.
if you look at any animal that's like pack orientated, you'll have a higher chance of them helping. You know,
Would
because
a
I think-
wolf help you up?
Because I think if you were part of the pack, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I assume like
Right.
that wasn't that
Yeah.
monkey. He knew that human, you know?
Right, he had to,
You know?
right?
So I mean, I think so. Like, yeah, I think there's a certain array of intelligence. Like, like there's schools of fish, but there's not packs of fish. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
don't
some
want to even talk
sharks-
about the fish anymore.
Some
but
sharks and dolphins. I mean, like a dolphin would help you, you know. But do I
What
think
the fuck makes you say that,
Do I
bro?
think a salmon would help
Why
you, you
would
know?
a dolphin help you and a salmon wouldn't, bro?
so dolphins are they've been like they've been
It-
seen like doing shit like that
Because
you know
it
what I'm saying?
has more capabilities. I can fight off a shark if I'm a dolphin, not if I'm a salmon. I
But what
can't
I'm
help
saying-
you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you give a salmon and a dolphin an arm. I think a dolphin will help you. And a salmon's not gonna help
Dude,
you up. That's what I'm saying.
You can give an ant an arm. It's a weaker arm than if you give a dolphin an arm. Like you're able to do a lot.
Yeah, but that's how I'm arguing.
You know what I'm
that's how
saying?
I'm arguing. I see what you're saying.
I'm
But
saying a
that's how
salmon
I'm
can't do nothing for you,
arguing about
dog.
their capabilities of like what they would do. Like
You could give a-
like dolphins are pack animals. They
Brother.
live amongst each other. Whales are the same thing.
You can
That's
give a
my point.
salmon.
That's my point though.
You can give a salmon arms
aren't-
and legs.
Salmon aren't like they're not pack animals. I think pack animals would do that. Sharks are pack animals. They would help someone in their pack. You know?
What makes you think that a shark?
Shark hunt. They hunt with each other. You know. So if you're hunting, it might help you.
You think
You know.
sharks eat sharks all the time?
You know, they do. You know. And sometimes dogs kill their own puppies. I mean, like
You
it's just,
turned this sadistically.
You know?
It was about the beauty in the animal-human friendship.
We used to argue. I was just
Okay.
like, I don't think a fish would help you. You're just like, what?
But that was just I try to defend it, but it's
Yeah.
like I don't even want to try to defend that because like I don't know why you're just sitting. I feel like you're making those decisions based off of like the history of what we know. Like you've never heard of a salmon saving someone because they fucking can't. But a
That's not what
dolphin,
I'm saying.
a dolphin
though.
has
That's
done
what I'm
things.
saying.
I get what you're saying,
You know,
pack oriented,
pack,
but
you know?
that to me that
live-
means
they live with
nothing.
each other. They live
To
with
me
each
that
other.
means
You know what
nothing.
I'm saying?
To me that
They
means
live with each
nothing.
other, you know? That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so then maybe a salmon will help you if you're not in the pack.
And I might
It's the
not.
same-
I might not. I don't
it's
think
the
so.
same thing
I
you're
don't think so.
It's the same
You
thing
can
you're
argue that because no one fucking knows.
Do you get what I'm saying though? It's the same thing
You
you're
know?
saying though. You're saying
I just said I don't think so. That's all I'm saying. You know,
it's the same thing you're saying with the pack. It's like you're saying it because they run in a pack.
Well,
Well,
it's like oriented. So I mean, they you're part. Like I said, the monkey won't
Yeah,
help a
right.
stranger. Probably, monkey will probably be scared of a random stranger human.
You
You know what I'm
think so?
saying?
I
you
think
know?
you'd be afraid of a monkey.
You know, I think a monkey. Well, a
You don't
single
want to fight a monkey,
A
boy.
single monkey doesn't know you. I think he might run away from you in a while.
You think?
You know,
I'd stay on my
Might
ground if
take
I
your
was.
face, you know,
Bro,
I fucking
a
know.
monkey will fuck you up.
yeah, monkey would fuck you up.
A monkey will trash you, dude. You're gonna be a trained fighter. I think a monkey's trashing you.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I mean, it's all about what's like you like with animals, like what you're expending your energy on. You know what I'm saying? It's just like. Ugh.
He's gonna
Well,
bite.
it's like I feel like like
A
just
monkey
like,
will
just like
eat you,
we do,
dude.
Just like we do, we weigh
Monkeys
the
are cannibals.
outcomes- We weigh the outcomes of like what is happening here. I mean, like of course, if
Monkeys
like,
eat
they're
anything.
defending their territory, they'll probably come fuck you up. But let's say they're out, exploring. You're out exploring. They run to you. They might run away.
Have you ever watched that documentary with the tribe of monkeys that eat each other?
Those cannibalistic monkeys.
Yeah.
I forgot which one. What were they?
It's about the white guy, remember?
Yeah,
I forget
I
him
can't
too.
remember the species of monkey it was though. It's a very crazy species of monkey though. Like they're very like violent.
Yeah.
Like they like skin each other and shit. Like
Right. They do very brutal things to each other.
Yeah.
But they eat the weak. They eat each
But
other.
then you have like.
So I'm putting nothing past monkey.
So I think when I look at different, when I look at all these different like species, it's like they all have like different temperaments and like it's like them like experimenting with like what's gonna help them survive the longest.
What do you
Like-
think we're gonna do?
Like you see like with like bonobos, like they just fuck like crazy and just like
Yeah.
So, I
they
mean,
all have that. Yeah, they
that's
have their thing.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Where like some are more aggressive, that might be their thing.
What do you think we're gonna do when monkeys hit that standpoint of like they stand upright, dude?
We'll probably put them down.
Yeah, I think so too.
probably
bro.
put 'em down.
I think so.
He's gonna, you have some guy, he's gonna find Planet of the Apes. He's gonna be like, look, this happened before. Okay, like they never even heard of the movie. There's like this fucking happened before.
Uh-huh.
They're trying to tell us that the apes rise up.
I just picture the first one they see stand up. Someone tries to say that they found Sasquatch, right? and they try and get famous off of it. I told you they were Sasquatch when really it's just the first one.
Yeah.
Now they're standing up. And then you see a gorilla making a fire. And you go, fuck me. That thing's about to get some neurons like it.
I was saying, like, that, like, first of all, I think already
booby trapping gorillas.
I think already has the body. It's just like,
dude, literally, like, you could sit here. What? Let's say you had a Glock. What's it carry? 17?
Yeah.
17 wouldn't use it. Let's say you carry 17, right? Yeah, you might not kill that gorilla with 17 shots,
not,
brother.
You're not, bro.
You better hit them all to have a chance.
So, but was Glock run 9 mil or something?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like
9 mil, dude. You don't think a gorilla's eating 10 9 mil? Because they will. And especially if it's charging.
Unless you're getting heart shots and brainstem
You got to
shots.
hit your shots, dummy.
You got to hit brainstem shots and heart shots. And even then, I'm not sure how deep those bullets will penetrate a gorilla.
Dude, and you can't even kill it within like 5 feet. Because even if it just gets on top. Dude, imagine this thing. You shoot in its heart, right? But we're this close. And it just falls on you. You're not getting out.
You ever seen that video where the gorilla charges the man and the man just stands there?
Oh my fucking God,
and the gorilla
bro.
stops in his tracks.
Oh my God. Yeah, I seen that fucking.
Balls.
That was insane, bro.
I remember looking at it and just being like, bro, this is so fucking fake. But
so after that,
that's fake.
That is not fake, brother. That was there's things like that, like with the credit score thing, certain things like that. I got to get to the bottom of. Like, I'm gonna do my own research. Sometimes I'll just search like, is this real? And I'll read the first thing. On that one, I was like, no, I'm gonna know if that works versus gorillas, brother. Okay, that guy. It's one of those things like you were saying. They didn't know him, but they had seen him in that area. Basically, it's a territorial thing that they do. Yeah. They actually aren't looking for a battle. It's nothing more than this. Yeah. It's just they're charging forward. You know what I mean? That guy had been in that area for mad long trying to make contact with them gorillas. And he actually did that a couple times, bro. That's just the famous one you see. Yeah, he actually does that he does one back to back with a baby and a mom. Yeah, I guess it was a mom. I guess
one of those girls go back there. It's like, look, this fucking dude's badass. Okay, man.
The thing is, you can't just stand still, right? You got to stand still and be calm. You can't just stand still and stand still. You got to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're standing your ground.
Yeah, exactly.
You try that shit, and you just like
just blows your shit up.
Sends you fucking 18 feet, and then I start dipping. I'm like, it didn't work. It didn't work.
The wind's knocked out. You got that wind. You probably will start retching blood immediately, bro.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Dude, I think a gorilla beats anything in the world. Like, I really do. I always say that. I think a gorilla is the most dominant species.
Gorillas are fucking insane, bro.
What would you say beats a gorilla?
Size, strength. I mean, they're also very smart.
People say bear, grizzly bear.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah,
I don't see it.
I just feel like gorillas are too smart.
Dude, I can throw punches. Like, I can legit throw punches, dude. I can make a fist. I can make a fist.
You know?
Imagine if like humans had 15 the times of strength and size of what we can do now.
Yeah, bro. But bears have like 6-inch claws, dog. Like,
that's great.
Crazy,
that's great.
bro.
And you're gonna hurt me. You're hurt me, right? But I'm gonna fucking knock you out, bro. Like, I'm going to. The thumbs change the game.
I feel like it's harder to knock out a bear. Like, I feel like it's shock absorbing neck.
Bro, you know, I'm a gorilla. I'm a gorilla.
What's a bear neck?
I'm a gorilla. I'm not hitting you up and down. I'm hitting you sideways, dog. I'm not hitting you in the neck. The neck has nothing to do with a knockout. It's all about the brain. You knock someone out by rattling the brain against the skull. That's
I know. But like,
so I catch you in the chin.
Your neck like absorb it. You know,
we want to catch you right there on that chin. We want to get your chin popping.
Eat it.
Pow!
Eat it. My neck's so thick.
I mean?
It does nothing.
Oh, I'm gonna rattle your brain, dude. I'm gonna rattle your brain so hard. Not to mention, it's just like a lot of advantages I have, though, right? Like, it's easier for me to stand up. I can wrestle. Like, I can literally grab you, dude. I can grab you around your whole body if I want to. You know, defense is better for me. I can move better. Like, of course, I can see how the bear could get a dub. It's possible. But I just think, look at fighting, you know? Who has the most advantages? It's the fucking grizzly bear. The gorilla by far.
Not for you by the gorilla, but it's going to be a fight.
It's a fight. It's the closest fight I can think of.
It's a fight. I'm not sure what else you could match
lion?
It up with. You know, unless you're talking about like gorilla versus gorilla.
Does lion beat grizzly bear?
I don't think so, man. Because you need multiple lions to take down a grizzly bear.
But a lion is fast, man.
You know?
I know, but there's no... Yeah, because you're thinking about...
the male lions aren't that fast. They're really stronger, you know? The lionesses are pretty fast. They're more lighter.
Dude, don't sleep on a lion's speed, bro. 35 miles an hour. You know that? You know that?
A male lion?
A male lion runs 35 miles an hour, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you know, cool. So bears.
Bro, okay.
So do bears.
Okay, with 35 miles an hour.
With 300 pounds more.
Right, but I bet you can't jump 15 feet.
Yeah, pretty, no,
Right?
No, you
I bet
can't.
you're not as light on your toes, right? I have advantages. I have a speed advantage.
Yeah.
I have a speed advantage. Not if we run straight, right? But like as far as like
Yeah, well,
line's faster.
a lot of times, like, lions rely on, multiple lines to take down huge animals like that. One-on-one is a different square up. I think bears rank.
No, I
supreme
think
in
I'll
that.
take the bear. The biggest
Yeah.
bear, yeah.
Yeah, I think bears.
I think I'm taking the big bear just because I'm thinking about when they get
Polar
close
bears
up.
are crazy.
When they get close up, like what is that lion gonna do? It's not gonna have the strength to keep a bear off at how a gorilla would. Like
Polar
a gorilla,
bears-
I think is gonna check a bear. You know what I mean? Like if you do a bear has to get close to kill you, right? If you get close to me, you're not coming in here without damage from a gorilla. With a lion, I could see how a bear could get in there, take a scratch, and
that's why I wonder what went down in that Colosseum in the Roman Empire. Like, I feel like they were just fighting gorillas and bears all day. That might have been a thing they did.
I don't know if they wasted their animals on each other.
I
think it was more about humans versus animal, right?
Yeah, I think they did a lot of lion things, But I mean, like,
that is horrific, right?
It's like what you should do. What you should do is put a bear and a fucking gorilla in there,
bro. I'll fight people all day. I'll kill people all day long. Fair battle. What? 5 people. Give me 5 people versus me. Whatever. Dude, I don't want to see one lion come in this fucking thing, dude. Not one, bro. Because it's like, I think when someone's that big, even if you get the kill, you're withstanding damage. Like, you're not going to get a clean kill unless, like, he's running at you and you Achilles spear him through the head. Possible, right? That might be a good idea. If not, from there, I think I'm just going shield, bash in the head. Just, try and catch it right there somewhere around the eye socket or something.
Yeah. Stab, poke your ass up a little bit. Who knows, man?
I threw my spear.
It's a fucking lion. It's a fucking lion. You're a gladiator.
And then they give you 2 lions. What the fuck? All I did was not pay my property tax, dude.
I mean, like, oh man, I remember. Yeah, I for some reason it made me think about this game they used to have on like PlayStation, bro. It was like you were like a gladiator, like you were like in that Rome type shit.
Is it called Ben-Hur?
No.
Okay.
I think it was literally called like, it wasn't called like Rome. I think it might just be called like Rome, bro. I really have no idea. It was a great fucking game though.
I remember the one they had on Xbox where it's like the Spartan on the front cover.
Yeah, that
it's
one.
It's like Rome something.
Yeah, that's not the one. You're like a legionnaire in that one or something. This one, like, you're like a gladiator, bro. You're fighting people. Like, you can cut people's arms off and beat people with their arms and shit. This is like an early
cool.
PS2 game. It was crazy, bro. I should pull it up because that's like, that game was like my like Scarface game where like no one like ever played this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone I talked to, they're just like, no, I have no idea what you're fucking talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one knows this damn game.
So that's so funny you brought that up, actually, because I went and did a little research on like how could I play that Scarface game, and main thing I was seeing is like a lot of people will not sell that game, bro. They won't even sell it no more, and Xbox is not going to make it backwards compatible because they don't want that as part of their program. Like I told you, like you would have to see the game, but bro, so I go through it, I get stuck on people that gave reviews on it on like all the game forums, yo. You've never seen love like that, bro. Literally, you know what the most common thing I've seen on there? This game is better than GTA. That's what everyone compares it to. GTA, but better, yo. That's what it was, bro. It was literally the GOAT game.
And that's the thing. Like, I remember that game being reviewed on G4, like early on.
Mm-hmm.
I remember G4 at the gaming network. Yeah. I remember like they reviewed it on there and shit. I remember that. It got a low rating, you know?
Did it?
Yeah, it got a low rating. Yeah.
It's one of them things where it's like, you would have to play it.
Like what was the movie where like it got like terrible like critic reviews, but like everyone loved it?
Dave Chappelle got a 0% of Rotten Tomatoes.
It was Venom. That was a movie.
Yeah,
where got 25% Rotten Tomatoes, but everyone.
That happens all the time.
Just like
I don't even go off that.
It's like that was that game. Where people loved it, but like people were like, no, this ain't it, man.
Look up that game now though, and see what people say about it. Like you're still see people writing magazine articles and games about it and shit like that. Like how it never got the spun off, because the coolest thing about this game, bro, is it wasn't the Scarface story. It continues Scarface story. He lives the final scene. So that was the best thing about the game, is you're actually playing like a new movie, yo.
Yeah.
And you're watching the cutscene, so it's like you're kind of watching Scarface Part 2. You know what I mean? But you're playing it. And so you end up killing everybody, and you start and you're at the final scene. You got the fucking grenade launcher and the M16 and shit, and people are running in the house, and you're at the top of the big steps, and you're just so much. Yeah, the gameplay. So the shooting was just like Grand Theft Auto, but it was just like you could like the shit like you'd be like you're saying you would taunt. So like you get like 5 kills and you would come on motherfuckers, and that would raise your balls level. And then once you maxed out your balls, you could go into like this cocaine rage basically, where like he would just do a bunch of blow and like for like 10 seconds you could like take all the shots, and do damage and shit. So you end up killing all these people in there. And from there, like, you're like, fuck these guys, and you rebuild your fucking life, bro. And it's just like, it's so good, bro. I want to play it.
I love the balls mechanic.
Yeah, it's so great,
the
bro.
balls mechanic,
The whole time he has so many lines in it, It's like, it's literally from the Scarface, and it has the so Chris, so much, bro. But when it came out, I remember that my nephew's father, Luigi, bought the soundtrack. And there's like this one song where it's like, rush, rush, give me yayo, yeah. Rush, rush, give me yayo, yeah. And it's like they play the same exact songs from the movie in the game. It's why you're driving around. It's like so fucking awesome, bro. And like you kind of like you buy businesses, bro. You pay to upgrade like your security system. You pay for henchmen to protect it. Randomly, it gets attacked. You got to try and get it. You get money weekly for this money
so
coming in.
Cool, man.
You buy cars, bro. You're buying Lambos. You buy boats. You buy airplanes. You buy a driver. You buy a boat pilot. Like, you know how I love all that in-depth shit. You could do all of that. Like, it was way more in depth, dude. It was so awesome.
You set up your own business.
So, like, you got the keys. Basically, you go up to a guy and you had to, like, hit X, in a certain spot to get, like, the most for that key. You go out, flip all your keys. Then you go to the bank. You had to launder your money through there. You lose some of your money, Like, shit was awesome, bro. Shit.
I say you could probably find something where, like, you download, like an emulator, and you could download that ROM. I mean, you might be able to find something like that. Yeah. No, on Xbox, like a computer or something.
Yeah.
I remember, like, you saw like the dolphin on my shit. Like, that was like the.
I was actually just thinking if I could maybe find a PS2.
Yeah, you could do that.
Right?
I'm sure you can find a copy of that on like eBay or some shit.
I think, dog, I'll buy a PlayStation 2 for like, what, $100 tops, right?
Yeah, about it. Yep.
And then buy the game for what, $20-$30?
Yeah, exactly, man.
That's crazy because the game's actually pretty expensive still, I believe, like $30. I guess because it has, right?
Hard to find. Exactly. They don't make it no more. So, it's a commodity, definitely. That's the thing. Like, I remember, like, on this computer specifically, like, I downloaded a bunch of shit to, like, play, like on here, like, I could play the Nintendo 64 games. I could play the Nintendo DS games, and I could play GameCube games on here.
Was it weird?
Oh, no. I mean,
is it weird playing Pokemon on there?
It's a little weird on keyboard, but I mean, like, it's all the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right, you get it.
I'm playing on that big screen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just like doing the same shit as you would on like a PS2 controller. So
I always fell in and out of love with it. I got the ROM still. I paid $49.99 for the ROM, and the ROM I had shut down, but it let me keep the app.
Yeah.
So I still have the game downloaded, basically.
Oh,
so I have like 3 games, and I fall in and out of love with it. Every once in a while, I'll be like, yeah, I'm going back to play. And I'll play for like 4 or 5 days, and I'm like, just catching Pokemon, Remember Dave the other day, he's like, I gotta check my Pokemon. I'm like, hold on, I didn't know this game was still getting it.
Yeah, it's still getting it, bro.
You know people that still play that?
I don't know anyone that still plays it, but a lot of
Dave,
people still play
you know one person.
I forgot.
Me and you both know one person
else who was really into it. I forgot who it was that was with. They were catching Pokemon. I forgot who.
How much has Pokemon made, dude? I mean, $1 billion worldwide.
I mean, more than that, bro. It's like an icon.
They showed that crazy stat they released today with Floyd Mayweather in his last 12 fights made $1.8 billion in pay-per-view sales. It's crazy. It makes you look at him and go, you kind of got fucked. They did make all that money. It's like, you're worth 300 mil? Like, what happened?
Yeah, exactly,
1.8 bill? I guess a lot of expenses, right? A lot of spending.
Man.
You ever see his Bugatti collection?
Yep.
He's got like 12 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much it costs for an oil change?
Yeah.
You seen that?
Yeah.
And he gets them once a month.
And
dude's spending like $400,000 on oil changes.
And same thing with the tires, because like you gotta get new rims every time you change tires.
Really?
Because like since the car is too powerful, the tires would slip inside the tire. The rims would slip inside the tire. So in order to keep them solid, they glue them to the rim. So every time you need
Wow.
new rims
Because the car's too powerful.
Yeah.
They can't even design a
the
tire.
rubber would just spin around.
They
the
can't even
fucking,
design a tire
yeah.
to stay
The
on.
rim would just spin on the inside.
Crazy.
I was just, one thing when they said that, I was just like, wow, like what the
Now
fuck?
that you actually said about that, let me bring out one more thing
So
to you here.
wasteful.
Why do you think that, like, basically, what's like the fastest speed in America? Like speed sign, is it 80 maybe? It can't be higher. Right?
Yeah, I think 80. Yeah.
Why do you think that they're allowed to make cars that go so much faster than that? Like, I was thinking about, like, why don't we just cap it at 100 miles an hour? Like, why don't we just make a law where you can't make a car go faster than 100 miles an hour? Like in a work truck, like once you go 70, it cuts off and you go down and you can never go above 70. Why don't they just do that and give them extra? Like, you're never going to have to go. You're saying 80 is the fastest I've legally allowed you to go. Well, I'm going to give you over that by 20 miles an hour. Why would you ever have to go faster than 100 miles an hour?
I don't know. That's a good point.
Why is that allowed to make a car that goes 180 if you can't drive that anywhere in America?
No idea, man. Show car? You know.
Okay, well then it should be allowed to be on the street, right? So it should never have tags.
I don't know, man.
It's weird.
I don't know.
It's like, well, because we can. We can make them go fast. We make them go vroom.
Well, not only that, but like it comes stock that way to be able to go that fast.
Yeah, well, I get it. Like if it's like a German car, because like in Germany, you know, they have places with no speed limit. So like I get it there. You go get it. Yeah, it's for there.
Yeah,
but like
my Honda do it?
there should not be. You should not be allowed to drive a car in America that can go faster than 100 miles an hour. There's my law right there. Thank you, everybody. Write that into law. Keep checking us out. We love you all. Like and share, subscribe. Cargo, bro.
You can't argue with that.
Appreciate everybody. Have a good night. Stay safe.
You have a good night. Like, share, subscribe. We really appreciate it.